What is fucking good, everybody? I see hella early birds up in here. We got Mike, we got Mindy, Calvin, Tucker, Josh. What's up, you guys? So for those of you that don't know, this is my good friend Shane, and also somebody who helps us a lot in the reptile room over here. He really makes a lot of what we do, I wouldn't say possible, but a lot fucking easier because it's hard to manage.
I deal with a lot of shit, literally.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. But for, I guess, everybody who hasn't met you yet, can you kind of explain what you help us with over here and also at your place what you help us with?
Okay. I can start with at my place, I handle, my wife and I handles, I got to throw that out there.
Yeah. Shout out to Shannon. Thank you.
Yeah, shout out to Shannon. We got the quail. We keep the quail. Currently, we have 11 quail. We had 12. One randomly died over the last week. We still don't know why.
Yeah, shit happens.
We collect all the eggs, bring them over maybe like once or twice a week.
Yep.
Which we just had a bunch hatch, which is awesome.
Yep. So we just had our first quail hatch of the year. It was a smaller hatch, but still hatched another 25 birds. So
yeah,
got to get your stock a little further up.
And get a couple of males over to me, and we'll get more eggs for next time.
Yep.
And then here I help with keeping the place clean because Mr. OCD here. Reorganizing the room every 2 to 3 months.
Also guilty, 100%. You guys have probably seen it if you've been watching my channel or streams long enough. I can't just stick with one layout. It's got to be perfect. I think we're pretty close, though. I mean, really, we just need to move that couple 1,000 pounds of cages down a little bit more so I can add another Freedom Breeder rack.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a thing.
And build some more 8-foots coming up.
Yep. We're going to need another 12.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got the room for it somewhere.
Yep. What's up, Chris? So anybody who has questions, also, let me just throw it out there now while I ask my selfish questions, I guess. I know the answers, but it's stuff I think they might want to hear. Yeah. And, I think it's good to be, I guess, open that, you do come over here and help us with everything. Because you guys know, like, I don't have a ginormous collection, but here's the thing is, I do a lot of things outside of just the snakes. We do a lot of feeders. I typically, pre-COVID, and I mean, technically I'm still full-time salary employee. We're just not working because of COVID, but I'm also an event manager and operations manager. So Shane is also one of my lift operators in that regard. But basically, long story short, I got a million fucking things on my plate. It's really nice, between all that too, and then, the social media, the website, and just, putting out content for you guys also, which you didn't mention. Shane also films a lot of the content you guys see. So the man behind the camera is Shane. It's just a big help. So I guess, yeah. But either way, if you guys have comments, throw them out there. What's up, Annette? So I guess with that said, like, what does it take for you to do the quail? Because I know it's not like, you've got a pretty good setup for us going on over there. Shane consistently during season brings over eggs. I mean, just today alone, I need to throw them in the incubator, but we have already got 12 just from today. We need to go throw in there, and it's a cycle. So, I mean, Shane's got it pretty much down for us.
Yeah, and those 12 were just like what I saw on the way, like to just open it up, grab what I saw, and
probably be another when you get home.
Yeah. Every Monday or Tuesday we do like a deep clean of the whole thing, and that's when we find all the ones that they buried, and we probably find like another 12 just underneath all the bedding and everything. So expect more.
Yep.
But quail are actually pretty easy to take care of because they're so stupid.
This is true. Coturnix quails, guys, they're not the smartest bird out there for sure. But they're good for your reptiles, I'll tell you that much. I love feeding the quail.
We have 2 kind of like coops put together right now. One that you got for us and the one that we used to have. So they have a larger area to be in, which helps because if they're so confined, the males will just like only go for one.
Yep.
And you start seeing like the back of their heads bald and everything.
Yep.
If you give them some room to like run around and escape, then like they get time to, pass on laying duties to other quail.
That's a modest way, guys, of saying that male is a whore and he needs to not just find one chick.
Yeah.
So
also it separates it so the males don't fight.
Yep.
Because we have one that has one eye, and I'm pretty sure that's what happened there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the quails are really messy, and like we have chickens and stuff as well, but quail versus chickens, quails suck.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
see, this is why Shane does some, like, I mean, it's really awesome because he'll do some of the dirty stuff and he doesn't mind, really helping our cause over here. And I mean, I'm grateful for that because we already do the rats and the rabbits, and it's just really nice to be able to, I guess, outsource the adult quail because, it's already a lot with the rodents and everything.
Yeah, and it's nice to be able to have them like outside getting fresh air and everything.
Exactly. We can't keep them outside year round here, so it's not a.
And they make cool noises. Like there's times because especially like with the chickens and everything.
Yeah.
The chickens do make noise throughout the day, but you can tell when a quail starts like making noise because they have this weird kind of long cracking chirp that they do. And
I think the male's noise is funny as shit.
Yeah, the males make really funny noises, but like quail I swear they like invent new noises because we'll be in the back having a fire and they'll just start like trying to impersonate other birds and like doves and stuff. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like they're so weird. Man. But yeah, they're fun to take out and hold and stuff. We try to spend time with them. But also if you approach the coop too fast, they all try to fly away. And it's really funny to just see like 12 birds just jump into the same fence at the same time.
Yeah. What's up, Jeff? Thanks for jumping on. He said wild rats love them also, sadly. This is very true, unfortunately.
Yeah, we lost
Kendra and
one
Jeff
or two.
Also got their quail. Actually, they got them the same day that I got my quail.
Okay.
The originals from Shane. Other Shane. Shane from Evergreen State Reptiles, guys, not my Shane, which you'll often hear me refer. I'm sorry, I'm throwing it out there though. You'll often hear me refer to him as Smurf, and other Shane as Shane. So if you guys ever hear that, that's the difference there.
It's not normally, but when we first met, I had bright blue hair, so I was the Smurf.
Yep. Mike is. You know what? Actually, never mind. I'm not even going to say, is that a me question or Shane question? I'll tell you right now, my favorite morph of Burmese, I've always, I just have this fascination with pied Burms. It was a fascination before I even knew they existed. So once they, existed, I don't really care about the price tag. Yeah. Sucks at the moment, but that's okay. I'm definitely working on getting there, but I'd say that's my favorite Burm morph. But with that said, I don't know because now that I've seen caramel pieds, hypopieds, a lot of people don't like the hypopieds. I think they look pretty badass, actually. But I don't know. I'd have to say either caramel lab or caramel pied, really. Those are my favorite two I've seen, just gene-wise. But in my opinion, Mike, there's a lot more to that. But what's your favorite bird morph that you've seen or that I've shown you?
I'd probably keep it simple and just say the granites.
Yeah?
Granites look pretty cool.
Oh, hold up. You know what? I think I need to retract that answer.
Oh?
Dragon robe.
What's a dragon robe?
Oh,
what?
God. Okay. Let's see if I can pull.
Also, every time I'm over here, I'm learning about new shit with snakes.
Dragon robe, for those of you guys that don't know, is a gene that's obviously not available in the States. I actually haven't really seen much of it. I recently learned about it, but seriously, this is the most insane Burm morphs really that I've ever seen for being like a single gene animal. Bear with me for a second. I gotta find this. I know I saved it because I was so fucking amazed. I was like, oh my God, what is this magnificent animal? Oh, damn. Okay, here we go. So that is a dragon robe.
Whoa, that's cool.
All right, hopefully you guys can see this out there. Hold on, let me turn this brightness down because for some reason that cameras don't like phone screens unless you turn the brightness down, like way down.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It's basically just like you turned a classic Burm black and white. It's fucking beautiful. So I might have to say dragon robe, but if I could see a caramel dragon robe, and if it changes those black outlines to purple,
that'd be cool.
So it'd be a purple outlined purple and white snake. That might be the ticket right there.
And if it had a peach head, it'd be perfect for you.
Yep, exactly. See, Shane knows I love my freaking cherry heads. So yeah, that was a really long answer to that question.
Yeah, I think I'd stick with the granites.
Granites, you like them?
Like, it's still whacked out. It's whacked out.
I love them.
Like they look like a totally different snake.
So now, would you rather go with it's the same gene out there, guys? So don't get me wrong at all. But do you prefer your granites really high patterned granites or more of a like voided low expression? Or I shouldn't say low expression because there's, in my opinion, I like the voideds a lot. But do you like the full body whacked out, or do you like the voided style granites?
The full pattern.
Full pattern. So like you like karma.
Yeah, because I don't know. It's like you can stare at it and you just start like seeing things in it after a while because it's just kind of it's all whacked out and it looks weird. And I
always say it looks pixelated.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like to me. I'm like, it reminds me of pixels.
Yeah, and it's cool.
I feel it.
It's an easy.
So do you prefer that over like the hypo granite? Would you stay straight granite or would you go hypo granite?
The hypo granite's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's piglet.
Yeah. It's fucking wonderful and great to work with. But I don't know, I'd probably stick with just a regular granite.
Yeah.
Like the hypo granite's still great, but
so with that said,
simple and it looks cool.
What's up, Cade? Eric, what's good? So with that said, that leads me to one of my questions I was going to ask you is and it's kind of funny. I don't think I've asked you this in a long time, and we've added a lot of animals since then. What's your favorite animal in this entire collection?
Of this whole collection as this whole room, or just yours?
How about we go favorite snake in the collection? And then if it's different, favorite animal in the entire room or collection.
Favorite snake would have to be Gizmo. Just because Gizmo has...
Good choice. Good choice. I love my Gizmo.
Gizmo straight up has his own personality, and it's super weird. So I'd have to say Gizmo. I mean, the retake's pretty cool too, but I also don't want to get attacked by them. So... I'm gonna say Gizmo.
Prim is a sweetheart, which is my retake.
But
she just has one hell of a feeding response.
Yeah.
But with that said, I'd have been mad if you chose the retake over Prim. I think
I've seen the video.
We might have to renegotiate our agreement here because Burms are way cooler.
Yeah,
but all right, Gizmo.
Gizmo, yeah.
Like overall, that'd be your favorite in the room.
Yeah. Second would totally be in the whole room. Second would totally be Luda, and then I gotta throw Yoshi in there as third.
Yeah,
just because Yoshi's fucking cool.
Yeah,
and
he's pretty rad when he's not pooping on you.
Yeah,
at least you can hold Yoshi versus Luda, who just wants your fingers.
Yeah, and
I love that Savannah monitor. Don't get me wrong, and I can pick him up and pet him, but I mean Shane will tell you pretty much nobody else can really.
Yeah, I just get him to run back and forth.
Yeah. He's a little quick.
Yeah, but since I got the 2 water dragons, coming over here and seeing Yoshi, I'm just like they're not really comparable, but you look at him and you're like, huh, you're just a bigger version of what I got and drier. And he's cool.
Yep.
And he's really fucking lazy.
Yeah. I'm honestly really glad. I mean, so everybody knows that's actually Amanda's lizard, but you know, honestly, since we've got him, I'm kind of growing attached to him. I really like he's just super chill, super laid back.
And those blues.
I mean, his claws hurt like hell, but for a blue-faced rhino iguana, this animal is just stunning.
Speaking of which, how is your back?
It still stings.
Before Yoshi climbed all over Dylan's back.
So we're cleaning cages before this stream, and Amanda had Yoshi out, and you know, I came to help her get him on some cork bark while she cleans. And yeah, he anytime you go to pick Yoshi up, he just wants to go straight up to your head. So yeah, he did that, and his claws are rather sharp. They're like little razor blades, basically. Good dude, though.
Amanda was walking around with them on her head. It was a good time.
Eric, we actually let him play a lot, so we set up milk crates by his cage here, actually like right behind where Shane's back is, on this side of the cage. That's totally weird because I'm pointing at Shane, but to you guys get what I'm saying. The closer part of the cage right here where you see his basking rock, we set up milk crates, like a little staircase, and that's how we feed him, is he's got to come out and he has to work out, and we run him around this entire room. And just play with him, really. But it's, you know, it's both playtime for us because we love seeing him come out and run and chase food, and you know, who doesn't love seeing a freaking 3-foot monitor just run around a room? It's super funny and cute, but also it's really good enrichment for him. You know, he's got to exercise. He stays lean, unlike a lot of Savs you see out there that are just fat tubs.
Yeah,
fucking. Probably not going to live long, and that sucks.
And he likes to come out and say hi and just stare at us. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, blame the lizard and not the girlfriend. Sounds fishy, yellow. No, but I do like to fish.
Yeah, which we've been doing a lot of fishing lately.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
What's
up, Kurt?
Yesterday we were out for
milk crates. I'm the boss at the local dairy. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. It's just the easiest, like, portable staircase. I already use them for the jugs of water. That's the one luxury I don't have in here is running water. So I still have to go fill up jugs in the kitchen and bring them back in here, you know. But yeah, I use milk crates to fill them. So I'll just simply take out all the jugs, flip them upside down. They work perfect for him, and we just let him run around. So he gets played with a lot. He's never been a nice monitor, I guess. Yeah. Not saying he's mean. He's not like, he doesn't like go to bite you purposely out of spite. He just literally thinks everything in this world is food. That's
I mean, he can.
It doesn't matter what it
anything.
Is. Yeah.
Maybe not
that
digest it.
Yeah.
But he would gladly have a finger or two if he could.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. He'd probably eat a carrot before he realized it wasn't meat and spit it up.
Yeah.
I swear. You like the albino granites, Mike? Yeah, man. So actually, my favorite granite would have to be the caramel granites. Really, there's nothing caramels in, actually, that I really don't like. I just freaking love caramels.
Yeah, you like
a good T-positive albino is just amazing, you know? I don't know. I just love what caramel does in Burmese. So if you haven't checked those out, Mike, you should definitely check those out. It's one of my favorite Burm morphs. It just couldn't really rate with me without Pied or something like that. Or the dragon.
Are cool.
Honestly, there's so freaking many, though. I'm still kind of stuck on that question because there's so many. There's so many genes that aren't available in the States.
Yeah.
Shane hears me talk about this shit all the time.
I feel like
Pieds, so much I want.
Pieds are really cool. And like, I haven't seen a Pied that I didn't think looked awesome.
Yeah.
Like, they all just like look amazing. But it's also what everybody's kind of going for. So it's just like, oh, everybody's going for Pied. Cool. I'm going to just settle for the granite. That's cool.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I just love the way they look. It really, like I said, I loved them before the whole popularity, before they were even in the States, or that I knew they existed, because I don't know, I just always had, since the first time I saw like a picture of a pied ball, I just thought,
what would do that at 14 feet?
Yeah, exactly. What would that look like as a berm? Because berms are, I mean, I love the ball pythons, don't get me wrong, you know, but obviously I have a huge fucking collection of ball pythons. But
like 3 racks.
With that said, like, I just love the size of berms. I don't know. It's just nice. Like, I wouldn't have, if I had just berms, I could never have as many snakes and morphs as I do. Like, and obviously there's not, you know, there's genes and balls we're probably never going to see in, you know, berms. Yeah. Or at least similar genes.
Yeah. Unless they like end up getting
shit. It What's good, Angel?
Morph or something.
What if I ever love you, Kurt? Did I miss something?
What?
Oh, it's because Venom and Kurt aren't blue. You know what, though? So here's the thing, actually. I have to reopen YouTube in a separate window in order to make you blue. Because for some reason, unless somebody knows how, and you can comment below how to do it inside a StreamYard, but I'm still getting used to this StreamYard shit because OBS was so freaking different.
Yeah. You're the only person I know that had so many issues with OBS.
Everything I fucking did, it would lag. It doesn't matter what I would do, it would lag. I couldn't get, the intro would be just super choppy on you guys, or if I tried to show any video footage or anything, it was just freaking choppy. So I was like, you know what, just pay for fucking StreamYard, because
I mean, if it works,
like, really, it's not the money that bothered me. Like, I want to have a conversation with you guys, and I want to interact with, you know, our guests, or, you know, most of the time, obviously we don't have the liberty of having somebody here in person, you know, so I want it to be clear and, you know, get our message out there and everything. So like, dude, that bugged the shit out of me. Everybody swears OBS is king, and I love OBS for what it can do.
Yeah,
like,
just it wasn't working.
It's such a powerful engine, but for some reason it just wouldn't work. Maybe I need to upgrade my computer, but I don't know. I doubt it.
Yeah, I mean,
my computer runs Premiere Pro and fucking all the Adobe software, high-end software is just fucking fine. I can run Pro Tools on here, like, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I don't understand. I was even telling you the settings that it was on my computer.
Yeah.
Still bugging out.
They're blue now because they're sad. What's up, Nikki? I saw you jumped in. Fucking Josh. Yes. Where'd that go? Yes. No worries, Kurt. I'm just saying I legit went to try to, you know, help you out there, but oh, Chris uses StreamYard. He knows. I have to open up YouTube to do it. Chillin', water and snakes, etc. Watching the live stream. Oh, well, thanks for jumping on, Josh.
Sounds like my day over here.
And Nikki, just chilling. How are you? I'm good. I mean, we just got done cleaning a bunch of cages.
Yeah.
Got new quail eggs over here, like I was just showing, that need to go in the incubator that Shane brought over. And then actually we ate some nice rainbow trout right before the stream that we caught the other day, I caught the other day, I guess, those ones, but whatever. Either way, some nice locally caught rainbow trout. That was good. I'm not even, honestly, so here's the thing, guys. Like I said, we were talking about before, I love to fish. Shane loves to fish. He's also my fishing buddy. It's a good way for us to get out and, you know, do some relaxing stuff. Although
you guys keep bugging them while we're on the boat.
Dude, I always have to, like, respond to people. I don't know. I try to go out, guys, but like everybody knows. I mean, there's a bunch of the guys in here know I'll talk. You know, I still try to answer questions and talk and, you know, show support while I'm out there. But yeah, sometimes it gets.
You need a day every once in a while, you know.
Yeah, that doesn't exist in my world. But
I spent 12 hours on the water yesterday. It's a good time. Caught a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
20 something.
Yeah, ended up bringing home like 5.
Yeah, a lot of catch and release. Like if it's too small, guys, and the fish didn't, you know, swallow the hook where it would be wrong of us to not retain it,
Yeah.
then it's probably going back.
Yeah.
It's just fun getting out there fishing. But either way.
Especially when the battery dies on the motor.
Yeah, so do you want to explain to them what happened?
So I got a new trolling motor. So we're excited to bring it out. We got out at like 6 a.m. yesterday. And we're going around. It's a lot faster than my other motor. And so we're using it. We're going around. And it's like, what? Like maybe like 8 hours out on the water.
Yeah.
Water's getting a little choppy. And we're like, okay, yeah, maybe we should just start working our way back. And then it was going real slow. And we were like, okay, great. Then it just stopped altogether.
So anybody who is familiar with fishing out there, all right, you got a 5-speed Minn Kota. So we're trolling back on 5. All of a sudden, it was barely even a 1.
Yeah, it was just super slow.
All of a sudden, too, guys. So we're trolling at a pretty good pace, which in his 12-foot John boat, a 5 on a 55 Minn Kota is actually a fairly decent speed. Like,
yeah,
you're moving through the water. You know, this isn't a huge lake, so
enough to like kick you back.
We'd have been back at shore in 3, 4, or 5 minutes max if we kept going 5. You know, and not stopped to fish another hole. But
yeah,
you know.
But then the battery died, and I got to get some nice joke footage of me sitting there, just kind of looking out on the water as Dylan's rowing us back to shore.
Yep.
It was a good time.
Not very fun when it's choppy in the opposite direction and all the current is moving away from you and you're, 1,500, 2,000 feet? Probably more than that, actually.
Yeah, it's quite a ways.
I don't even know how big the lake is, but it's probably...
We were like at
a
least
better part
half
of
the
a mile
away.
at least.
And yeah, trying to get back. And then you finally got like tired and you're like, all right, I got to chill. And I was like, cool.
I made us to the no-wake buoys at the fucking
I was like,
launch,
all right, I'll take over. And by the time that I took over, the water wasn't choppy anymore. So I got the easy way there. It was nice.
Yeah. I've been fishing in years.
Gotta get a good deep cycle.
Yeah,
I got
sorry, Kurt.
Game of Morphs with the good deep cycle. Yeah, I got a new deep cycle battery last year. That was the first time we've ever killed the battery. So turns out the battery I got can last about 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah, see, his last comment is exactly what we were talking about after I had to start rowing.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. We've been talking about it since. Like getting another one, running it in parallel, and seeing what happens.
Yeah.
And
Definitely
then
need a second.
We control the whole thing and just go bass fishing all day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Too bad it's not slightly bigger, since we want to keep it electric, and you could just put like 255s and run them to a T-bar with the handle. So then, you can just run both. How fast do you think Josh knows boats? Josh works on boats for a living.
Is that the Game of Morphs?
Yeah, that's Game of Morphs. He's actually, Josh is somebody I would so here's something for you, Josh. I'll just say it right now. Josh is somebody I would like to bring on the channel one of these days and, be able to share his collection with everybody. We met Josh originally at the Portland Expo when we were vending.
Okay.
Him and his wife were vending right next to us, and we just kind of hit it off. Talked pretty much ever since. He's got some cool leopard geckos, some cool ball python projects going. Good people there for sure. But yeah, so he works on boats. I wonder, what do you think of that, Josh? How fast do you think you get a 12-foot John boat with 255 Minn Kotas on the back going at full speed? Actually, the only thing that would suck, though, is even if you did the T-bar, how would you set the speed without having to do them individually?
You get the T-bar to connect just behind the handle of it because those handles can extend. Yeah. Cool. And if it kind of maxes out around like 5 miles an hour anyway with just one.
Here you go.
Oh, berm all the way. I like retics. Retics are
He
awesome.
wouldn't be allowed in this room if he was a retic guy.
Retics are awesome and like.
No, I'm totally joking. I have to give shit sometimes. All right, I still have Prim.
Yeah,
I can pull Prim out. She's
wonderful.
A sweetheart. I love that girl. She's actually sitting up there poking her head. She's like just out of camera view. So you guys see that cage,
the
right?
top one,
right up there.
That one.
Yeah, that's my retic.
That's really weird to do while staring at the camera.
I know it's taken so long to get used to.
But
you can get battery switches that have 1, 2, and all. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
That's good to know.
Well, Josh, you should
but how
hook your boy up with some links.
How fast can you go on 2 trolling motors? That was the question.
He says maybe 15 to 20 for a period. He's more used to gas motors.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Which in your little John boat, you'd probably want to fly out of that goddamn thing at 15 to 20.
You'd have to anchor ourselves.
Calvin, I figured. Yeah, exactly. We love our berms around here, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to share that passion as much as possible with people. It's fine if you can't own berms, but I have a mission to make everybody at least understand and love them for what they are.
Yeah.
Such misunderstood animals. All everybody ever hears about, like when I talk to non-snake people, is, oh, aren't those the snakes in the Everglades? Like, yeah. I mean, yes, but they're originally from Asia, and they're actually federally protected where they're from, and they're losing more of them every single year because of fucking poachers and people killing them, and natives who aren't necessarily like poachers, but, you know, hunting them for their meat or whatnot. But like some of the rarest morphs I've seen dead over there that, like, for instance, melanistic, like one of the only melanistic berms I've seen in years. I saw recently a picture of a tribe that had, you know, killed it for its meat or whatever.
Oh.
Jet black, full-grown adult, wild melanistic berm. Like,
wow,
dude. Holy, they would have made way more selling that damn snake to somebody who knew what it was.
Yeah.
They could have fed their, you know, village or their, you know, whatever for fucking ever, pretty much. Yeah. But like, dude, yeah. And I get it. That's their ways. Nothing against it. But a lot of people don't understand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think they're awesome. I don't know.
Yeah.
Retics are sweet too, though. Another Asian species, much different snake in my opinion. I actually have the video out that everybody hated on me for, but my retic versus berm video, which really wasn't a versus video, but sorry, little bit of clickbait there. But there's the thing is everybody wanted that retic versus berm video. Ask Shane. I never wanted to make that fucking video. Yeah. I'll be honest, I didn't want to make that video at all. I thought it was stupid.
And we talked about that video a couple times, and you're like, maybe in the future, maybe.
Yeah.
And then
because I was putting it off. I didn't want to do it. I think it's stupid.
And so many people watched it and got like mad about it, not realizing it's an opinion piece.
Yeah.
People can have their own opinions about it. Like,
exactly. This is my experience from me having both species and how I feel about their demeanor. You know what I mean? And just their care and everything. Like, obviously, I have nothing wrong with retics. I still love them. I think they're beautiful animals.
You can still got
They're
one.
just, it's not a comparison. They're big pythons. They're from Asia.
That's the only similarities.
About where the similarities end.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about different skull structure, different, you know, fairly similar-ish wild diets, but at the same time, not really.
Yeah.
You know, once you're talking about an adult Burmese in the wild, they're typically eating mammals, stuff of that nature, right? For the most part, with the occasional, you know, fowl or whatever. Retics in the wild are eating a lot of birds, you know, like, so even into adulthood, retics you're going to find up in the trees and up in the cave walls, even as adults, you know what I mean? Full mainlands. You'll never find a fucking berm doing that.
No.
Ever.
No.
I promise you right fucking now, you will never find a fucking 16, 18-foot berm 20 feet in a tree. Show me.
At least
wild,
not by its own
wild
accord.
That got there on its own accord. Show it to me. Because you'll never, they're not comparable. They're too different. But I won't get into that. If you guys want to see my opinion on that, watch that video. It's on our channel. But
you got to do like the whole YouTube video thing. You can click the link right here.
I try that and I can never get the link to like time up or whatever, or I point the wrong direction. No.
We missed anything?
A bunch of comments. Sorry, I can get a rant about that, guys. Yeah, Calvin, you know, it's really stupid.
Yeah.
People just give them this horrible rep. And you know what? Like, I mean, shit, I have 12 berms. 13? I don't fucking, somewhere right in there. I have 12 or 13 berms. Really, shit, do I have to count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, I mean, I have a dozen berms. I absolutely love them. I love everything about the species. You know,
Yeah.
I've been fascinated with them since I was a little kid, but even as like a keeper of a lot of species, I mean, I don't even know how many species I have, but I have a lot of different species and I love them all. But berms they have this place in my heart. They're a giant animal, which I already like big animals. I don't know why. I just really like large snakes, large monitors, large tortoises.
Yeah.
You know, any sort of large reptile, I freaking love it, you know.
Yeah.
Shoot, even large fish and dogs and stuff like that. I mean, I want to catch a big fish.
Yeah.
I also think big fish are cool, like, you know, as far as, you know, captive fish, you know, stingrays and, you know, the giant Oscars and stuff.
Yeah.
I love the giant plecos. I don't know
you
why they're
plan
common
on
animals, but I love giant plecos,
yeah.
man.
And you plan on getting a couple stingrays around here?
Yep. Eventually. For those that don't know, I love stingrays. I think they're fucking beautiful. Some of the it's Stingray Biology, I believe is his name on YouTube. Puts out some good content, stingray breeder. But just some of the stingrays he has are just fucking stunning. So I'd love to have a stingray and an eel tank. That's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
I want a couple fire eel with a couple stingrays. I'll have my big, you know, it'll probably be an 8x4, 8x5, maybe 10x5 aquarium. That's feet. It'll be big.
8x5 aquarium.
Yeah, it'll be like Luda's cage, just a bit wider. So the thing with stingrays is they really need bottom room. The height, the depth of the tank isn't a huge factor. Obviously, you want a bit of depth to it, you know, but they have to have extremely clean water. The ammonia and the nitrates and everything build up in the water really quick with stingrays. So you have to keep on top of it. You have to have really good filtration and water flow, or your stingrays are going to die.
You said like 8x5. Oh yeah, that's feet. And I just pictured like a tiny like 8x5 inch aquarium with like.
I wish they had mini stingrays like that. If they had mini stingrays like that, I already have that shit.
Yeah.
You know, one of the smallest species of stingray is still, I mean, good size comparison for you. I mean, I couldn't even tell you. This is about the smallest stingray you're going to get, you know, full circle. Like they're a good 3 foot around still. So they have to have a large amount of ground space. Obviously, they hatch a lot smaller, or not hatch, fucking snake terms. They are born a lot smaller, but. Nikki, they're awesome. You know, they're both cool for different aspects. I'll just say that, you know, obviously I already went off about everything. Oh, Nathan held a beautiful labyrinth Burmese today. I freaking love labs, man.
Nice.
That's awesome. Sorry, I turned off. Sorry, I missed some of these comments here. I would. Yes. Turned off the live feed if he said retick over. Good man. Good man. Sweet. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. See, Eric, I did. I mean, honestly, man, I did not want to make that video. I just think it's a stupid comparison. I've kept both of them, and I've kept multiple of both of them. And just like I said in that video, you know, I've worked with other specimens outside of my collection. You can have asshole berms, man. Like I've had asshole berms that literally made it fucking horrible. Like could barely even, like couldn't touch, you know, one of them at all. Like,
oh yeah,
you know, I don't want to get into that, but like, yeah, there's definitely, you know, you can have assholes of any fucking animal out there, and you can also have sweethearts of any animal out there. But having a good like variety of experience, in my opinion, you know, it makes for a mean, this isn't like to toot my own horn or something, but like, I don't really want to hear your opinion on, you know, the versus thing or comparing them if you haven't owned or worked with very closely hands-on both species and more than just one or two. You know what I mean? Like, if you've worked with 10 berms and 10 retics,
Yeah.
then I would love to hear your opinion on it. I would love to, you know, like go back and forth on it. But if you've only owned retics because you love them and you're sitting here telling me,
it's a little
like,
biased.
Yeah, you know, it's just like if I only owned berms and I went off and was like, oh, retics suck, blah, 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 which I never said, for the record. I literally have said multiple times this stream, retics are cool as shit too. You know, I just love fucking berms. I don't know, man. That's my opinion on it. And both. Berms are cool. Male retics are assholes during breeding season. Most people keep both of them way too fucking fat, and they need to learn what the fuck they're doing or ask some questions, for fucking sake. I'm no saint. I've fucked up multiple times.
And but if like, anybody has ever held a baby berm, you know, berms can be fucking assholes.
I thought those were your favorite. I thought those were your favorite babies here. Shane loves helping me sex the baby berms.
I got bit 5 times by the same snake in like 30 seconds.
They're just scared.
Yeah.
They don't understand.
You're fucking badasses.
You're a big fucking human who's grabbing them by the fucking back of the head to play with their private parts. I mean, I'd fucking bite you too.
And the thing is, like, they're total badasses because they see that size difference and they're like, I'm going to bite that
het caramel. I actually have a pair of Pos het caramels. They're from Travis. It's an unknown line as of now, but, you know, I believe it'll either prove out to be either whey line or it's going to be a new line of caramel. They're a bit more dark and vibrant than, you know, your Gulf Coast line. For those that don't know, the different lines of caramel in Burmese are not compatible. So you can breed a visual Gulf Coast to a visual whey line. You're just going to make double hets. The double visual does look a bit different. I actually love the way the double visual looks. It's just slightly different, but it is, you know, really beautiful, but they're not compatible. So I do have a pair of Pos het caramels, which I'm almost positive are going to prove out, and I will be breeding them this next season. What's good? Mason's here. Everybody's here. What's up, everybody? I've had both and still have retics. They are both awesome, but different in their own way. Exactly, man. That's my whole point, and that's why I didn't want to make the video, but I just kept getting messages about it. And then everybody sent me fucking bullshit hate messages, and I'm not even going to give them the time of day to say who these people were. But guys, I literally had messages in my inbox of people bitching at me for making that video and being like, how dare you? And you're making retics look bad. And I'm like, scratching my head over here. Like, I edit the stuff. Shane films it, but I edit everything. And I can tell you right now, I know for a fact in that video, I specifically said they're both cool. They're different. And that I still love retics. I specifically said that. And I specifically said there's good and bad of both species.
Yeah.
But that goes for any fucking animal out there.
And it's a damn opinion piece. You're not going like, well, it's a scientific fact that retics are assholes. Like,
that was my thing.
Yeah, you're saying like, okay, like retics, I've worked with them. Like, this is how it is when I've worked with them.
Yeah.
I choose the berms. Like, what's wrong with that? I don't understand the backlash out.
Yeah, I don't know. It was stupid, dude. Yeah, I think it was more just guys in their mom's basement who wanted to fucking hate on me because
you're making videos. Fuck you.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm not even going to get into that because I'll fucking go off on these stupid idiots who decided to message me. And if you're out there, then, well, you suck. I think MJ would call them Bob Smiths. That's who I think those fucking people are.
See that Mason's Morphs comment just below you a little bit. My first snake was a berm.
That's awesome, man. I mean, not good for everybody, but hey,
like,
if it works for you, fucking righteous.
Yeah, like,
I always hate that too.
Make sure you know enough. But
I always say, you know, I don't think they're the best first snake, but also that really, like, as long as you know what you're up for.
Yeah.
Why the fuck am I going to tell you not to get a big snake as your first snake? As long as you are fully understanding and capable. Fuck, dude. I think I wish my first snake was a berm, but I wasn't allowed to have
Yeah.
berms. And let's be honest, when I was younger, even when I was like first an adult and, you know, moved out on my own and all that shit, it still would have been a horrible decision for me to get like big snakes and stuff.
And that goes with like anybody who's getting any animal. Like if your first animal is a cat, if your first animal is like a fucking beta fish or something,
Yeah.
make sure you know enough
Well, it's actually,
about that
I think it's
animal.
kind of funny. A lot of the like bigger snake guys I've seen,
Yeah.
a lot of them say their first snake was a berm.
Wow.
I don't know. It's kind of
Like-
interesting. I noticed that a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Like if
Either
you
that
know
or I
enough,
get the
like,
story.
hell yeah.
I've got it from a few of my friends. You know who you are, and I'm not gonna say shit. But there's some of them that are, you know, when I first met them and I first like introduced them to my berms and everything, they were very standoffish, even though they're reptile guys. And I'm like, you know, why? And they're, I guess, you know, just they had a bad experience with,
Yeah.
you know, one of the bad seeds. You know, there's bad
Yeah.
seeds and everything. But whatever the way, you know, the whole point is, I thought it was funny because either you love them or your first experience was like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
Go big or go home. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Calvin had a predator tank a while back. Hell yeah. What kind of fish did you keep in there, man? Oh yeah, I forgot, dude. Josh has some electric blue Acaras for me for the tank in our room.
Nice.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking
Cool.
cichlids. So definitely I gotta connect with you, Josh. Arowana and some peacock bass. Oh, sweet. I have peacock cichlids. And I freaking love the way they look. I don't know.
Those are cool.
They're little fish, but I think they're badass. Berm was the first snake I was introduced to. She's amazing. I'm getting caught up on these comments, guys. Sorry. Got any more eggs, D? So I have 4 clutches in the incubator right now. We've got a berm clutch in there. I've got, dude, how did I? Zoe, which is just big normal girl clutch. Those are either going to be banana hepides stuff, or it'll be Enchi fire leopard poshet clown stuff.
So that's the Who's the Daddy clutch?
One of them.
Okay.
There's a couple Who's Your Daddy clutches this season. Then we've got banana pied to het pied girl, so hopefully some female banana pieds, and then our het puzzle laid. So we've got a spot nose het puzzle to the het puzzle, but I also did throw in the jigsaw het puzzle in the beginning. I'm really, really hoping the spot nose het hit it, though. I know there's more genetic potential with the jigsaws, but to be honest, I don't really care. I really want spot nose puzzle stuff.
Yeah.
And the goal here is because, well, that and this, you know, like the spot nose clown stuff is insane. So when I go to work the puzzle into the, you know, clown and the hypo and everything, which I've already got a trio of double het hypo puzzles that'll be ready next year.
Nice.
You know, it'll be easier to get those, you know, those nice combos in there that I want to see. You know what I mean? But yeah, so those are the clutches we've got so far. I actually have 2 girls in pre-lay shed right now, a yellow belly and a pastel yellow belly. And then we've got our leopard girl and our GHI Mojave yellow belly, which should be going into pre-ov shed here soon. I actually I need to ultrasound those girls. So
yeah, we can do that.
I might need your help after the stream so we can ultrasound those girls. But I might actually pair them and then maybe we'll ultrasound tomorrow.
Okay.
So yeah, I might actually do that while we're streaming because I do need to pair some snakes up.
Okay.
I just got an 8-foot male normal berm off a kid and he said it was okay. Once out of the cage, he lied. A vendor from a local show told him it was a wild caught. He knew where it came from. See, that's stupid. You got to be honest with people, man. Because, like, it's, you know, where an experienced owner could manage that animal, somebody who's new to, like, he doesn't know, you know, obviously, like, I know you've got some experience, but, like, you don't, you know, that could be fucking anybody. Like,
yeah. And it's people that lie about animals like that ruin it for so many other people because that one person's going to have a bad experience and then they're going to tell everybody.
He knows what's up.
Like,
dude,
you got to protect the whole fucking reptile community.
Yeah.
Don't lie about your animals.
Yeah, exactly. Mason, that's awesome, man.
Ooh.
I've never actually got to like hold an Eastern Indigo in person, so that's super awesome. Yeah, I need to get way caught up on these comments. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get down to the bottom here. But yeah, Chris has got it. Me and him have talked a lot about this, opinion, I guess, but people just hate on different opinions. All I can say is that's mine. If you care to listen to it, the video's out there. I'm not, out there begging people to watch it or nothing. It's just people kept asking for it. So I fucking gave it to them, and apparently they didn't like it. So, because honestly, some of the people who messaged me with some bullshit are the ones who asked me to make the fucking video. So, in my opinion, that was a fucking setup. You already knew my answer.
Yeah.
You just didn't want to hear my opinion. So, whatever. I don't really care. It's my opinion. If you don't like it, well, I mean, nobody forced you to keep watching the fucking video.
Yeah.
You did because you were interested.
Yeah.
Which
there's always suggested links you can watch instead.
Yeah, exactly. Would you ever consider keeping super dwarf retics? Nathan, here's my thing, man. They're really cool animals, but honestly, I don't like. If I'm going to have a smaller snake species, it's not going to be a dwarf burm or a super dwarf or dwarf retic. As much as I like some of the stuff, you got and Zach Nava and Garrett at Reach Out Reptiles, and there's quite a few other guys out there with some really beautiful retic locality, super dwarfs and stuff that are like not even the morphs of dwarf and super dwarfs that I think are fucking gorgeous. I just, I really like big snakes for their size. Honestly, I really love the big snakes. I hate seeing them dwarfed. It's nothing against the dwarf stuff or super dwarf stuff out there. I just like, for me,
like the big snakes big.
As a keeper, I like the big snakes big. I got asked the other day, if I work with dwarf burms, and I was like, to be honest, no, they're not really my thing, and I know they're pricier, and there's probably a really good market out there for the dwarf burm stuff. I've thought about getting into it, but here's the thing, like a pure progressi like that, you know what I mean? It's totally different subspecies. And for that, you would have to breed it back to, its bigger cousin, make some 50% dwarf stuff, breed it back to a full dwarf to make some 75% dwarf stuff. Then you're proving out the heads there. Then you got to, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then you got to keep that process going. It's a really long process to get our morphs. And I know you know what I'm saying, Nate. It's a long process to get the, the morphs into the dwarf stuff.
Yeah.
But some of the locality super dwarf and dwarf stuff is really cool. But honestly, I don't think I would ever keep them. It's not that they're not amazing animals. They're great for a lot of the people who can't maybe keep or handle or maintain the mainland counterparts. I think it's awesome. Same with dwarf burms. I think they have their place.
Yeah.
But at least, and I know this is not true with retics, but the dwarf subspecies of Burmese python, the Bivitatis progressi, are actually little assholes. They're like legit. They're kind of like they have little man syndrome, in my opinion, of the burms. You know what I mean? I've never met somebody who had a progressi who told me this is a sweetheart.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's a little nippy. He's got a tude. I've heard every fucking excuse in the book, but it all boils down to, yeah, they're kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
See, like, they got little man syndrome is what I call it.
It's funny with like all the animals and stuff I have at my place, because
I can't wait to see if yours prove out for the line Tom head. Yes, you know what's up. Yep. No. I'm excited, man. If they prove out that line, dude.
That'd be cool.
Dude. Yeah. Then get some caramel into that. Get Enigma Line Paradox into that.
Yeah.
Eventually get pied into that. Hopefully lava at some point. Champagne's okay.
Did lava make it to the States? Or is that still...
Lava's in the States.
Just, no.
Lava's in the States. I'll just,
okay.
Yeah,
right.
Lava's in the States. It's here. Thank you, Nathan. Nathan keeps retic, so.
Okay.
Calvin knows hashtag Bob Smith. Fuck the Bob Smiths, man. Those guys they kill me. My first real snake was a burm, just a normal. That's all they sold back then. Dude, honestly, even though like that's why it was also kind of hard to, my answer was based on Mike asked what my favorite berm morph was, right? But I really love classic berms. Like there's something about a really nice normal berm with a nice cherry head. I mean, that rivals really the best snakes in the world, in my opinion. Like,
oh yeah,
I freaking love them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Normals look awesome.
Yeah. Damn you! I heard the rainbow trout is the best. I've never had it yet. Rainbow trout's good eating.
Rainbow trout is
for sure.
Is my favorite fish to actually.
I mean, I call them mini salmon. They got a really good fight when you're catching a rainbow trout. They have a really nice fight. I mean, even the little stalker 10 to 12 inchers, they'll bend your freaking rod and pull that, pull a good sized slip bobber down.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, they're just fun and they taste really good too. That I don't know. I'm not a huge fish guy, and I fucking chowed 2 big fillets tonight. So.
Yeah, God, those were good.
Yeah. Well, since you don't have fat guy shirts for me, I'm planning to buy a fat guy burn from you. Well, I appreciate the support, man. I'm definitely working on the shirt sizes. I wouldn't say I'm having issues with Printful, but I'm looking at a few alternate sources of DTG printing, outfitters basically that, because the way I have my website set up, I can, get my products through multiple sources. So I think I am going to find a secondary source other than the Printful that I have set up. Which will allow me to get, bigger sizes of the same stuff, as well as there's some other, there's some cool merch I really want to drop for you guys, like some more high-end tumblers, stuff that like is more daily use stuff that people could actually use, not just a t-shirt, although these t-shirts are comfy as fuck. I'll just say that, but.
I do know somebody, it's a something.
Teespring?
Teespring.
No.
They use that.
No. Yeah. So there's the biggest 2 are Printful and oh my god, I'm spacing the other one all of a sudden. Printify or something. But they still don't make the other custom gear that I want. You know what I mean?
Okay,
and then they don't carry. I have this weird thing with t-shirts, guys. It has to be next level.
Yeah.
I'll just say that right now. If it's not a next level tee, I don't want my brand on it. I know that sounds kind of fucking douchey, but here's the thing. Like, I want my shirts to be like, I want it to be that shirt in your drawer that when you go to pull that shit out, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna wear this one today because it's soft and it's comfy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And then also with the printers, I've been ordering test examples of, at least half the products because I want to make sure like for instance, here, this was printed on, but if I go like this to the shirt, I don't want to see those letters stretching and peeling. I want you guys to be able to wash these shirts, wear them. They're comfy for a long time. And that's why I go with next level. Everybody likes those Bella and Canvas ones. Honestly, I wasn't impressed. I got the Bella and Canvas hoodie. And as soon as I got the sample order, I removed it from the website.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, I wasn't really impressed at all. I mean, it's not like it was bad, but it wasn't what it's not what I expect. I don't know. I have this standard, man. If I'm putting my business on, I want you guys to be comfy as shit in it. Like merch isn't cheap from anybody because we're doing custom apparel. Like, a lot of us don't have the money to go out and buy 3,000 of every size shirt that we make and get a good discount on it or whatever. You know what I mean? So like, I want it to be comfy as shit. I don't know. Comfy and useful and fucking, I do have canvases because, I don't know. I love canvas art. So
the one run of Sanatorium Hill shirts we made were all shirts we got from like Goodwill of different sizes and different colors. And I like screen printed them myself. And yeah, that was hard. That sucked. We made like 20 shirts.
And hit exactly what I always say to you.
What?
Right in the head. Have I not told you that exact same thing like fucking 100 times just while we're sitting in here?
Oh yeah.
Shitting?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like it's so true, Chris. Even locally here, man, I hardly ever see a berm for sale. I mean, like maybe once a year or something. But I see retic posted like every fucking weekend.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't keep my retics anymore. Or I'm doing this, or I can't keep them. I'm going here, or I'm moving here, or I got this new job and I can't spend enough time with them because they need to play for 30 hours a week. And I'm not saying they don't. Okay, you know how I feel about. A lot of you guys know how I feel about exercising your big snakes. I think that's super important. But still, like some of these excuses I see as my point is like, basically you're telling me you're freaking, never mind, I can't technically say that. That's not politically correct. I don't know, basically you're telling me you're a bitch and you can't handle your animals anymore. Unless there are some occasional examples of, people who have legit reasons, like, they can't afford them anymore, or life circumstances, bad events do happen.
Yeah.
But point is, I see a lot of whack ass excuses too of people who just realize they got in over their head and can't handle it anymore. And now, oh, here's my retic for sale. And they're always around the same freaking age, almost always around the same freaking age, if not, a sub-adult to adult. They're always like, I always see them around like a year old to 2 years old. It's that time where most people are getting them to 6, 8, 10 feet.
Yeah, and they're like, this gets a lot bigger than I wanted it to.
Or, I didn't think they grew so fast. I don't have a cage for it.
Yeah,
like
I can't afford
so many times I've
thing.
gone to look at like, animals like that and been like, for instance, when we picked up that Granite girl, locally, or Amanda did or whatever, she was in a 4-foot cage.
Yeah.
That snake was 10 foot in a 4-foot cage. Yeah. That's not right. I'm not saying they need a fucking Taj Mahal, okay? Like, I keep my adults in 8 foot by 3 foot, basically, by 18-inch cages. 8 by 30 by 18 is what my cages are. And I think that's a perfect size for an adult. But a 4 foot for a 10 foot?
Yeah, I remember when you brought her.
Like, no.
When you got her back and everything, and we were checking on her, and the conversation started as like, oh yeah, I picked this up, like this guy was selling it, blah, blah, blah. And then like by the end of talking about it and like looking at everything, it was like, yeah, we rescued her.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
technically bought her, but that's how I felt. Like,
yeah.
That's why I don't like buying big snakes locally either, because like, I don't know, I've made the mistake, I should say, a few times. I guess I shouldn't say mistake, but like, I have a few times, but every time it was just like, oh my God, I'm glad I got here. And that's not to sound cocky, but I'm just like,
yeah,
like I said, you don't need Taj Mahal, but damn, some of the conditions I've seen. And then retics, I just see the pictures they post and stuff. And like, I'm just like, oh my God, like when we got Primrose, dude, okay, Primrose was already a good sized girl when we got her. She was in a CB70.
Yeah.
You all know what it's, dude, I'll show you. Like, imagine right now throwing a fucking 8 to 9 foot retic in this tub.
Yeah.
I'm like 6 foot, right around 6 foot, just under 6 foot, right? Because, my back injury and I've been shrinking like an old man. But that you guys know what a CB70 is. It's not a huge tub. Had a fucking 8, 9 foot retic in there.
Yeah. There's an issue with that.
No. Just know.
Know how to take care of your damn animals.
I don't know. Sorry, I got to stop ranting about that. I'm done talking about. I don't want to rant about that. The whole show is I want your side of everything.
Well, my side is saying
see people
learn about your damn animals.
I think that's why we get along so well. Honestly,
any
it doesn't
animal.
matter. Yeah, exactly. I think that's why we get along. It doesn't matter what animal it is. Even when we're fishing, it's always like, if it's a small animal and it's easily released and healthy, we're going to release it, but, fishing is still, a sport, and I enjoy the meat. So.
Yeah. But like even people with like the kind of regular domestic animals and everything, like your cats, your dogs, like even rabbits and stuff.
Yeah.
Like people get like hamsters and guinea pigs. Like learn about your animals. Don't be like, oh yeah, this is an easy one to take care of. And then you get a cat and like you love that cat for a while, you hang out with it all the time, and next thing you know you're feeding it once a day and you're wondering why it's bugging you. Like
Mhm.
you didn't know how to take care of that cat in the first place.
Yeah.
Get research.
Mason knows what's up.
Yeah, at the next level teas.
Fucking love Eric. Yep. Yeah. Might I add, I'm, if not the only one, I'm pretty sure I am the only snake breeder who has merch who has bikinis. So go scoop your girl up a fucking D's Balls and Exotics or a Snake Nerd bikini. It's about summer. She gonna need something to wear to the beach.
Yeah.
May as well be something you enjoy looking at. But Mason knows what's up, dude. Seriously though, now that I've like started wearing next level tees, almost all my tees are next level, and like literally I don't even like, some of my favorite tees aren't like, but they're my favorite because they're designs. I'm like, I sometimes don't even want to wear them because
it's just like, yeah, that's
it doesn't
cool,
feel the same. I don't know.
Put that in a
sounds
frame.
weird, but it doesn't feel the same. I'm like, yeah, that'd look cool in a frame now because Dude, serious though. Almost all my shirts are next level now. I love their shirts. It's almost like they've never seen an adult or how big they get. It makes no sense to sell them because they didn't know how big. Yeah, exactly. It's stupid, man. Like I said, I mean, we can keep talking about it. I just don't want to be ranting because, this subject gets me ranting.
Yeah.
But I just wish people, like you said, it doesn't matter what animal it is. Just do your research, take care. I keep so many different species. Sometimes it gets difficult in one room. You know what I mean? Like my temperatures and everything have to be spot on because of the diversity of species I keep. There's also reptiles that aren't in this room. So, it's a lot. Like I mean, shit. There's berms. Rhino iguana, Savannah monitor, retics, berms, corn snakes, milk snakes, king snakes, western hognose, ball pythons, 2 different species of tortoise, redfoot and sulcata. Actually, for those of you guys, okay.
Now you gotta do it.
Damn it! I said I wasn't even gonna do this. Okay, so there is a new species we've actually recently added here. He is right next to me here in where, unfortunately, my hedgehog was. Long story. This isn't about that. But we got a redfoot tortoise. So if you guys want to meet him.
Break out the redfoot. The redfoot named Littlefoot.
Hey, you know what? It's fitting.
Hey, yeah, it totally is.
If I can get him, that is. I might not be able to reach him.
This is funny to see. Is all the way in the opposite corner, and just out of reach. There he is. There he is. Cool.
All right, you guys. This is a beautiful specimen, though.
Yeah. Look at this guy. He's so cool.
I mean, look at that beautiful.
Yeah, nice,
shell.
Perfect shell.
He'll probably pop out here in a second.
Yeah, you can see his nose. But look at those spots.
I mean, just perfect shell all around.
Yeah.
Really beautiful tortoise. I like these guys, man. Smaller tortoise species than the sulcata. Still a decent-sized tortoise. Beautiful, though. I mean, look at that shell.
How old would you say he is?
I'm going to have to look back and see what Shane said. Not too old. I mean, still fairly young. They start out a lot smaller than this, so he's definitely got some age on him. It's really hard to tell, honestly. I'd have to look back. Actually, I should write that info down. But just so beautiful. Cool, I don't know.
Yeah.
These guys are cool. So new species here. Tortoise. Point is, I keep a lot of species, man. If my hotspots aren't on point and my ambient isn't on point, I could really mess up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If my room gets too hot, some of these species are going to flip the fuck out. If my hotspots aren't on point, I have hotspots ranging from 82 to 84 degrees all the way up to 140 degrees.
Yeah.
So my
sure.
stuff has to be on point and not affecting the other animals around them too. I can't have, one snake's hotspot affecting the other ones. That's why you'll see spacers between my cages. That's why you'll see different, methods of doing that stuff, is because
Yeah.
it's got to be spot on. If I'm going to take care of the animal, I want to do it right. And that means that I need to, accommodate their needs, I guess.
Yeah. And like all the animals
Littlefoot wants to pop out. But yes, Littlefoot, the Redfoot, I know it's lame, but Littlefoot was awesome. And if you guys don't know what that reference is, well, then you just haven't lived.
Yeah, with all the animals that I have, I sadly only have like one snake right now. But
I've been trying to work on this, guys.
But I got the number of species up. I got the milk snake. I got 2 cats. I got the dog. I got the chickens. I got the quail. I got the possum. I got ducks. Am I missing anything? And the water dragons.
Yep.
So I am all across the board. Like we call our house
You got a farm.
Yeah, we already call it the gravel pit because the backyard is kind of half gravel, but that's because we're also a house venue. That's a totally different subject. But we are the gravel pit farm because we basically can live off of everything we got. So it's nice.
Yeah. It's a nice little city homestead.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, so I think we've almost got caught up here. Do a live ultrasound.
Ooh, that'd be hard for them to see.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I could, but I don't know if it would show up on the camera.
We would just be like.
I could tell you what it says. I could try to show you. I could try to show you.
Yeah.
Once I freeze the camera, but
because no, that would be hard. Maybe we just need to make a video of doing the ultrasound.
Yeah. I think Josh just wants to see it live. Eric, I have no doubt.
Trying to see D's balls.
Why would I put a berm in a bikini? Dylan goals is to have D's balls on every woman's ass. I'm not going to say it's not. I mean,
Yeah.
Snakenerd.com. Go get your bikini. I'll just say that right there. Eric, I have no doubt. Land before time. Exactly. Mason knows what's up.
Yep. And you just want a shout out.
We ain't got to see much. Oh, could do that. Yeah, I could try, but I think it would be easier to do a video on it because usually when I ultrasound, I set up the portable table in front of Luda there, and I set the whole ultrasound up and everything, and I do it that way. That way I can keep the girls pretty much in their tubs. I just bring their whole tub out and ultrasound them that way.
Yeah.
At least when they're getting closer, like the girls who I think, the ones I need to ultrasound right now are getting pretty close.
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah,
might be
all right.
Fun to
try. With all of that said, too, I guess what would be your favorite part about coming over here? I know a lot of your jobs that you really do over here, I guess, aren't necessarily the funnest. But what would you say the funnest part of coming over here and helping me with all this shit is?
I learned something every time.
Yeah.
Because I just like to learn about new shit anyway. But coming over here, I'll be like, all right, I think I got a general grasp on it, everything. And then you just throw the wildest left field curveball about some new snake species or snake morph, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna go home and look that up.
Yep.
It's always my dad growing up. My dad always used to say,
"It's funny, guys. He's not bullshitting at all. He'll come over and we'll be talking about stuff. He'll leave. I don't think twice about it. Right? He came over, helped me clean. We hang out for a little bit. If we can. Otherwise, we part our ways and we see each other next time. You know what I mean? And but he'll message me 2-3 hours later, sometimes the next day, and he'll send me pictures. Is this the one you were talking about, dude? This thing is so cool, and I saw this morph of it and this morph of it. You did that to me with the clown stuff.
Yeah.
And then I remember you sent me the banana clown stuff, so I sent you some other pictures back, and you were like, "Holy shit!" It's stuff like that. I think that's why, honestly, I think that's one of the reasons we get along is we can nerd out about it.
Yeah.
Even you being not a huge, like he said, he doesn't have a huge snake collection. Although he's been working on it, he's been trying to get the room set up first. He's actually doing things the smart way, guys. He's doing kind of what I did, but even in a more intense way. He's building infrastructure before the collection. You know what I mean? And honestly, I respect you for that, because that's,
Yeah, I want to
that's going to be the best. And
have everything.
he does
set
have
up
some
right.
heat coming that he's not sharing. So I'll just say that, because I already know about it. But let's just say he'll have a few different species of colubrid that are really badass. So
gotta make a running start. I mean, that's what you did. Like,
yeah, it doesn't work for everybody,
when,
but I mean, you've seen what we went through, so you already know what you're getting into.
You know
when
you
what
first
you're
got
in for.
Carmela and like the first couple snakes that you had when you first started getting into like the breeding and everything.
Yeah,
it was like, it wasn't like I came over and you're like, I got this one snake. It was like I came over and you're like, all right, so I got these 4 or 5 snakes here, and I need more space. And I was like,
yep.
What? And the next thing you know, I'm trying to help you prep a rooster.
So I guess too, so explain then, because this is about your point of view on everything. Really, is what this stream's about. I mean, just to say it outright, you've pretty much, you weren't necessarily like helping me clean cages, obviously, at first, but like you've seen our progression from. I've known Shane before we started breeding, so you've seen the progression all the way through, like, and been there pretty much for the journey, hanging out as friends, and then now coming over as helper or whatever you want to call it, I don't know, man. How do you see that transition? Because like I know what I see of it, but like give me your honest opinion, like from an outsider's point of view, like how did seeing the growth for us, like what was your thought on that?
Well, like your growth going from like the small room that you started out on and then moving everything over here and helping get everything all set up, because like you had like 1 8-foot when you got into this room.
I think we had two. Yeah,
okay,
and then the 4s.
Like the 4s all started piling up and everything started getting the way it is now. You built the incubator and it was just like, okay, there's like, well, that isn't even the first incubator you had.
It was. That's the same one from the old place. Yep. Yeah. That incubator's lasted me forever, guys.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, I built it when we first started, and it's never fails me. Has 4 clutches in it right now. Holds perfect fucking temps. As long as your ambient room temp is, good and doesn't drop to fucking 40. Yeah. And even then, honestly, I think that incubator would still handle it. I put way more than enough shit in there to, do it right.
But like the growth that you had, well, that like one, and like watching you learn everything and like continue to learn everything, that inspired me to start trying to learn more. And like we'd be at work building stages and stuff and be like bullshitting about snake morphs and everything, and people are like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know, just fucking throw that deck.
Yeah. Shane has this thing with king snakes in particular. So he'd always come up and ask me king snake questions. Yeah. And like I think it's cool, man, because like, and that's one thing I really like, I guess, respect about you is you've seen all my snake, different species I work with. You've seen a lot of others, and you what you want to work with. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's cool, because a lot of guys just get into stuff because, it's popular. Like I saw that with, ball pythons, which a lot of people still do, Yeah. I just love them as species. I just think their genes are crazy, and I love that, It's more of a nerdy genetics, like, love for me. Not that they aren't fucking cool animals. But, same thing with like Mexican black king snakes. We've seen that over the last couple of years. Everybody and their mama wants an MBK. Western hognose. Everybody and their mama wants an albino hognose. Yeah. Or a fucking toffee or a fucking whatever the fuck, super conda or an Arctic or whatever. Like,
I want to get those. The first name that popped in my head was Indian runners, but those are the ducks we have. Those fucking blue snakes I was showing you.
Oh, the racers?
Racers, not runner. Yeah, those blue racers.
Yeah.
Because like those are an East Coast thing, and like you can get them in like some pet stores and stuff out there. I want to bring those out here.
Yeah.
Just to be like, hey, I got these fucking fast ass blue colubrids, like bright as hell. Like what?
Yeah.
Like
you never see them,
cool.
and they kind of reminded me of the garters, but they're not you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I thought those were cool.
Yeah. Also, it's just a blue snake.
I mean, there's a lot of species you've brought up, and that, like, you know, I don't want to give away too much about your plans because, you know, all things in good time. But there's been a few species you brought up to me that I'm actually like, Shane put some thought into this, guys. When, like, seriously, when, you know, when he comes and tells me about his plans for these colubrids and stuff, because he really likes the colubrids, you know, there's some species, honestly, you told me that I never thought would have came out of your mouth. Like, not popular species at all, but something that are, like, absolutely beautiful and not going to be easy for you to breed either.
Yeah.
Like, these are animals, and, you know, we've had the talk, but, like, you know, some of the animals you picked are going to be a fucking...
Yeah.
You're going to have to learn how to breed them, and you know what I mean? Like, they're not your normal breeding species that people have any luck with really in captivity. So.
And, like, there's a couple times I've come over and I'm like, yeah, so, like, there's, like, the Imperials that you can get, which are, like, the hybrids. I'm like, yeah, learning more about these, like, those are cool. But, like, looking into that, I realized this other fucking weird thing that you can make. Yeah. And, like, if I can hit the odds on that, it'll change a bunch of shit. Like, I just need to have the setup for it. Like, is it like a 6-year project? Probably. And that's if I get it right the first time.
Yep. Hey, man, those are some of the best projects, though. Like,
yeah.
I mean, shoot, you know, some of my gold snakes around here, they're going to be 6-10 years out.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just the waiting game, you know what I mean? Like, who's got more patience, me or the next guy working on the project? Well, I'm not going nowhere, so you're not going nowhere. I see your progress, and then you're also helping us over here, you know.
And it's one of those, like when I'm older, I want to look back and be like, huh, what was I doing, like, in my 20s and my 30s and everything? Like, I was spending most of the time fucking hiking around, like, spending as much time as I can out in the wild and working on these cool fucking animals.
Yeah.
Like, some people would be like, oh, okay, you're just, like, breeding animals. But, like, no, this isn't, like, some dog mill where I'm just, like, pushing out a bunch of shit. This is, like, studying, like, trying to come up with, like, genetic charts and shit. Like, like, this is all science. This isn't just, like, see how much money I can get in the next, like, week or two.
Yeah, so. Exactly. It's all long-term things, you know. And I always tell people that with snakes, like, I see people jump in and out all the time because they just want that quick profit. And I'm like, well, I laugh because I'm like, well, snakes aren't your fucking thing because that's not going to happen. Good luck, bro.
Especially the people that were, like, getting into it. Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to, like, get this one morph and just, like, knock it out. It'll be cool. And then that's when, like, everything shut down and COVID hit and everything. And you're like, yeah, nobody's got money to buy your shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, congratulations.
Yeah. It's all those guys fucking, you know what always gets me, man, is when I see the guys on, like, the Facebook groups or Craigslist and they bred their normal to their normal. And
like, I'm like, cool, you got normals.
There's no problem with that for, like, the experience or something, you know what I mean? For, like, you know, a kid or even, I guess, as an adult, like, if you just want the experience one time or something. But, like, I'll see it, like, over and over again, like, every year. I swear it's the same guy. Like,
like,
and there's a guy locally who does it every year on Craigslist. I see normal to normal pairing, and I'm like, bro, you're making fucking $60 a snake or whatever, like, you know.
What are you going for, the purebred market?
I don't know. Dude, I don't know. Like, I mean, normals are cool, but, like, I have normal ball pythons. I have hets, a bunch of hets that are just normals technically, but they're hets. They carry a recessive trait.
Yeah, like, not shitting on fucking normal.
I do have one normal. I love her. Zoe's cool as shit.
Yeah,
but I would never breed normal. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like you'll see the guys who, like, literally they're like actively on Facebook and stuff. Oh, I want to be a breeder, and they're breeding, like, a normal to a pastel, and I'm like, you know, that's cool. You got to get the experience. You got to get your first clutch, but, like, you also have to have goals. Now, if you told me you were breeding a normal to a pastel so you could raise up some pastel females to make super pastels, I'd be like, sweet. Oh, if you're like, I'm breeding a normal to a pastel to sell them to make money so I can afford a whatever. You know what I mean? Like, sweet, you have a goal there, right?
Yeah.
When you're like, oh yeah, I just think they're really cool snakes. Like I've literally had people be like, oh, I just want to make pastels, and I'm like, why? Why?
Like if that's what you want to go for,
guess,
cool, but
like,
have a reason.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, my fascination with it, especially with the ball pythons, is the genetics.
Yeah.
Like
we used to talk about
so many fucking things. Its possibilities are endless. Take this color combo and this color combo, put it to this pattern mutation. What if we throw another pattern mutation in there? How are those pattern mutations going to interact? How are those brightening genes or color mutations going to interact? You know what I mean? Like, and just the possibilities are fucking. We'll never reach the end of possibilities with ball python morphs, because the second we all reach the end of all the possibilities, well, guess what? There's 10 new fucking genes.
To a normal or something.
Well, and there's
have some weird shit.
Yeah, and there's 10 new genes that we didn't freaking know about that just came out. So now we got to make that 5-6 gene combo with that other gene in it.
Yeah.
Dude, like stuff like that. Like, I don't know.
We used to be at work.
The possibilities are endless.
We'd be in the middle of like a shift at work, and like we finally get like on a coffee break or whatever, and Dylan just comes up to me and goes, "What do I gotta do to make an all red snake?" Like, I don't know. Let's figure it out.
Still haven't been able to figure that out. Everybody thinks sunset's the key.
Huh.
I don't know if I agree. I think it might be a good ingredient, but like I want to see a red. Like red is this mic right here. Red ball python.
It's gotta be.
And if it
doable.
was clown, like if you just took like a normal clown and turned it red like that,
because you can get some reds.
No, fuck that
reds.
Leopard clown and make it red.
Ooh.
So it'd be just like Leo. But just keep the black striping, change all of that like orangey, golden hues.
Yeah.
Red.
I mean, I can do that in Photoshop.
Yeah, that doesn't help me. Anybody can do that. I need the living art. That's what I think, living art. Make sure we're catching up on this shit.
Yeah.
Or the people that are like, I'm only getting 1 or 2 for pets, then have over 125 snakes overnight. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that too. I won't say I grew slow. I'll say that straight out right. But, I don't know. I knew what I was getting into. I knew what I was doing. Like I was fully aware of it. I've done nothing but grown since we started. And it was pretty quick at first. I mean, I think a lot of people do this too, but we went from, 0. Well, I can't even say 0 because I've always had a couple snakes. But as far as like breeding animals go, we went from, 0 to 5 to 15 to 25 to 50 to 100. And we're still right around that. I don't really want to go much past, where we're at now is a comfortable zone for me, right? I'm around, 60-ish animals, give or take, grow outs and colubrid projects and stuff like that. And I think that's kind of a sweet spot for me right now. Because like if Shane wasn't coming over to help, that would be a lot of work between typical full-time work, managing all these animals, managing all the rodent breeding, and then
can you imagine ever trying to have a day off again?
I already don't have a day off, really. I mean,
yeah,
there's days we're able to get away fishing, or me and Amanda are able to get away hiking. But the days we go hiking, sometimes Shane has to come over and feed my animals in the morning because I have certain animals that are daily fed animals that have to eat. They have to have food every day.
Yeah.
They need, all the lights and stuff are automatic. Stuff like that's all. I've automated everything. So other than checking that it works and, maintaining that stuff, it's automated, but we still have to clean the animals, give them fresh water, and some of them feed every day,
Yeah.
So like, it's a lot, man. And honestly, like a lot of the stuff you do too, or a lot of stuff Shane does too, is stuff that really helps me be able to communicate with all you guys better. Like if Shane didn't come over to help me clean a few times a week and get animals knocked out, I wouldn't be able to sit here and do stuff like designing the websites, editing YouTube content for hours, or, answering random people's questions all the time. Like, guys, literally, I answer, you hear my phone go off all fucking day. I answer probably 100 messages almost daily just from random people sometimes, and sometimes they're from friends or, like-minded people or people I've talked to. And don't get me wrong at all on any of this, guys. I don't have a problem doing that. I'm just saying, like, there's some that I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like
the people that hit you up.
Oh,
like,
my God.
Should I get this snake or this snake? And you're like, oh, cool. Look, looking at getting that one. And they're like, cool, I got this completely different one. That's just cute.
Yeah. Or, or I get the people who they don't have any interest in any of my animals or anything like that, or species even that I'm working with, but they'll contact me about something completely different, which is cool. I have experience with a number of species, but like, why don't you contact like the breeder you got the animal from?
Yeah, totally. Like
why don't you ask, or why don't you, I hate to say it, and I don't mean to sound rude, because you guys know I'm all for sharing anything I've learned, and I have a lot to fucking learn, man. I had a lot to learn, but, the stuff I do know, like, I don't mind helping people, but there's just some stuff like, did you fucking Google this shit yet? Or did you just like look up my name or hear from somebody that I know the answer, so you decided to ask me before you did zero fucking research or anything about the animal that you already purchased? Yeah.
Or the people that they buy a snake or like any animal really, and then it shows up and then they message you about it. I've had people like message me like, hey, yeah, like I got this turtle. Like, how should I do this? How should I like have everything set up? Like, maybe you should ask the person you bought it from.
Yeah, or fucking Google it.
Yeah,
do some research, man.
If you don't know before you got the animal, one, that's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
But snake breeders and everything, like, message the breeder you got it from first, because they're gonna know all the like stuff that they had theirs set at.
Yeah.
And like we were even talking about this earlier today, like ask the person who made the animal first.
Yeah.
Because you could ask some other breeder and they may have a totally different setup or live in a totally different part of the country.
Yep.
And
exactly.
It's going to change everything.
Yep.
Ask that breeder.
And it sucks because I always feel obligated to help, because I'm like,
oh yeah, and like at least try to help.
I feel like I have to try to help, and it's not even necessarily for the person. Like, I do want to help the people, obviously, but it's more just like I want to see that animal do good. You know what I mean?
Just know that you may get more accurate information asking the original breeder.
Yeah, well, even just more in-depth, or more, what's the word I'm looking for? Information that's going to suit them better.
Oh, yeah.
Either way, I'm not trying to bitch about that, but, my point is that you help a lot for me to get that stuff done, because otherwise, man, I would have zero. It's already, I have almost zero time to myself, besides, 1 day a week, 2 days, I might be able to get out fishing for a little while, or, go on a hike or something with Amanda, or, anything like that, but other than that, man, it's hard to get away, even if it wasn't for, these guys' care, just doing all the other stuff. So
yeah. It's fun. Help. It's fun to come over here and just chill and
clean snake shit for me.
Yeah, there is a lot of snake shit involved.
And rodent shit.
It's
can't leave them out.
Yeah, and all the rodents. Yeah. But it's still it's cool to come over here and handle all these animals and everything. So even though it's coming over here,
we've already gone. Sorry to interrupt. We've already gone over that, Cade. You got to go back. I don't want to go on that rant again for 2 hours. So that's the thing. Hold on, guys.
I just
go ahead and.
I just on that. All right. I just like taking care of animals. There's something about having a bond between, or at least feeling like you have a bond between you and an animal. There was a possum that came through my backyard a lot last year, and I thought I had a bond with it. I'd sit there and give it treats and stuff. It was kind of cool. Forgot, but my wife named him something like Coffee Pot or Percolator or something. Dylan's already back. Damn it, I can't talk shit about him too much.
Oh, whatever. Keep talking shit. I noticed my laptop charger's always right there. We were full charge. So I didn't realize it was sitting in the other room. Rookie mistake. Oh, God. Thank God you're here in person, bro.
Eric says it's best when the people buy at shows and don't ask any questions or anything, and then make a Facebook post asking for help identifying it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, man.
Yeah, like
It's that stuff that gets to me, but like I always feel obligated to help people. Like,
yeah,
you know, I will say sometimes it sucks because like, and I can't reiterate this enough. Like, I'm always down to help people, guys. I'm always down to answer your questions, but like, some of those questions I get asked are just ridiculous. Or I'll get the guys who are like, you know, how do I say this without like not trying to offend anybody? Because like I really have the best intentions and I want to help people, but it just gets to me, you know, when they ask me the basic questions, like the really, really, really basic questions that you should know before you ever even bought the damn animal. Like when you get a snake and you ask me what it eats. Okay, like it's one thing if it's like mice or rats or like, hey, is this guy a micer or rat eater?
Yeah,
that's one thing. But what, like I've literally had people like, oh, does it eat insects or this or that? And I'm like, they got a ball python.
You still got your receipt, dude?
Yeah, like might want to take it back to Petco until you're really set for what you're getting into. And they do that, and this is another thing too. Like, and we were just talking about it on the Burmese page. You know, it's like I will never bash somebody for having a different setup. I don't care if you have racks. I don't care if you keep snakes in fucking fish tanks. As long as you modify that shit right. I don't care if you made your enclosure.
Yeah.
Are the necessities of the animal met? Is its food there? Does it have fresh water? Is its temperature, both ambient and hot spot and cool side? All of that, you know, in the proper frame for that species? And is there, you know, is that your enclosure non-hazardous to the animal? Like it's not going to cut itself or burn itself or escape or anything like. I don't fucking care if you know, we were just talking about this on the burn page, man. Like there's a lot of guys, you know, I see people bashing people for their cages. Don't do that shit either. Like, you know. I see a lot of people with cages that, you know, I would never use, but hey, it works for you and that's your situation. You know what I mean? Like I busted my ass because I wanted the room the way I want it for a reason. You know what I mean? But like you can keep big snakes and not have a fucking $1,000 8-foot PVC enclosure. Okay. Like you don't have to have all these fancy cages and fancy this and that, or a fucking $400 herpstat or $600 herpstat versus a fucking, you know, $100 VE or whatever. And for that matter, they have herpstats that cheap anyway. But like you could get a fucking Inkbird or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Just do it fucking right,
Just
man.
Don't rely on those little analog dial fucking Velcro stick things. Just please don't. Like,
oh, that shit's hilarious. I always love that when people contact me and they're asking me questions. I'm like, hey, you know, well, what's your ambient, you know, temperature in the enclosure? What's your hot spot? And they're like, oh, well, the dial on the wall says 92. And I'm like, wait.
So like,
dial on the wall.
What?
Yeah, I try to help people too,
set?
because like I don't like, you know, like I said, I don't like to bash people, but I don't know, man. I guess whole point in all of that wording is just like, one, do your research, but two, like I'll help anybody. But the second you're asking me like repetitive questions and it's 2, 3, 4, 5 in the fucking morning, and I'm like, oh my God, I already can't sleep. I sleep 4 hours a night just so I can get everything done. And just because I can't sleep longer than that, really, you know, but partially because I'm busy for fucking almost 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know, at least 16 hours a day. I'm actually physically doing stuff and active and, you know, whatever. But man, like,
yeah,
some of it just gets to me, you know what I mean? Or it's like, I guess a good example would be like, somebody contacts you and they're asking you for help, like, hey, you know, this is what I'm trying to make, and this is, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then you spend, you know, I'll spend a good amount of time typing out paragraphs, you know, answering their questions, you know what I mean? Like, what would they ask me? What would I do in that circumstance? I tell them from my experiences what I would do to save yourself time, money, you know, all of this, and have better odds or whatever. And then they'll go out and they'll be like, oh, should I buy this animal? And I can tell it's an impulse buy. And I'll tell them, like, you know, no. And it's not my choice. I don't fucking care what animal anybody buys. I don't fuck, dude. And if you don't want to take my advice, I also don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, you asked me for it because you wanted it, and I gave it to you. You know what I mean? But then, like, I'll tell them, no, that's probably not a good purchase. And I've made bad purchases, so like I'm guilty as charged, right? But like I'll tell them, no, that's not a good purchase, and then they'll go buy it anyway, and then complain about that animal to me. And I'm like, I told you there was red flags. I told you this was a bad purchase, and I also told you this would not get you where you want to get to with your projects, and you did it anyway. So why the fuck did you ask for my opinion in the first place if you didn't care about it?
Yeah.
Or if you weren't going to at least hear me out, and then, I don't know. That's what bugs me. And it's always the same fucking dudes at 3 a.m, or they'll contact me and it'll be like a $600 snake or some $400 snake. And they're like, oh, will you take $50? Excuse me?
Sorry, no low ball in here.
Yeah, I don't.
Go kick tires somewhere else or something.
I don't really put up with it. I don't contact people and ask them. Even my close friends, man, they've tried to give me deals better than I even gave. I'm not going to say no, but there's also been times where I've had, close friends offer me animals for really nothing. And I know these were quality, healthy animals from personal friends of mine, but it's just because I was a friend. And as much as I love the homie hookup, I know what it takes for you to produce that animal. I'm going to pay you what that animal's worth because that's what you deserve, because you put in that fucking work. Homie or not, you put in that time, work, effort, bought the initial animals, fed that animal, bred that animal, hatched that animal, got those babies eating, and now you're going to send it to me for fucking half what you would to anybody else? No, homie, I'm going to pay you because you're a fucking friend and I know what you did.
Yeah,
it's like, for instance, you outside of here have your band and you do all that stuff. Have I ever said, Shane, give me some merch? No. What have I done? I've said, Shane, here's some money. And then half the time, guys, and this is nothing, I love your band, they're cool. Half the time I didn't even take the damn merch. I just asked if I could buy merch, paid for it, and said no. That's what I did at the show down the street.
Yeah, you're like, how much for a sticker and a CD? And I'm like, oh, this much, but you can have it. You gave me the money and you took a sticker, and that was it.
Yeah, I wanted the sticker.
So I was like, all right, cool.
I wanted the sticker. But that all I'm saying, support your fucking homies, all right?
Yeah.
And
homie discounts are cool. If somebody really wants to be like, hey, yeah, I'm trying to get into this or whatever, I'm trying to film music videos or something.
Yeah.
I'll do it for you for the cheap. So I can get exposure. Cool. I understand that, but also support your fucking friends.
And he also commented in here.
Oh yeah, dead center on the back with the heat lamp on the side.
Yeah. Yeah, I love all these comments. You guys understand exactly what the hell I'm saying. I fucking love it. Everybody in here is good people right now too.
Eric, I'll give you 75 for Fiona.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you're sleeping, but I might need to pinch you because you're going to have to wake up.
That covers some of the gas.
Not even close.
I said some.
Yeah. Calvin, please don't judge me too harshly. 40 for the retic since your video clearly stated you did. No, dude. Calvin, you are not even... Dude. Okay. Dude, I keep trying to ask you more. I have more questions for you, but this shit's popping off and it's funny. But Calvin, no joke, dude. I had somebody after I made that video offer to buy Prim from me. Keep in mind, she's a platy phantom golden child female who's basically ready to breed. And they're like, yo, since you don't like retics, can I get that retic girl from you for $300? And I'm like,
want to come here and work it off? Fuck.
Bro, even then, no. I hardly let anybody in this room.
Yeah.
I mean, Shane's a very good personal friend who also doesn't keep a lot of reptiles outside of here. I actually had 0 when we were first hanging out.
Yeah.
His reptiles have came from me.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I know he keeps stuff the way I do. And this is one thing I really think too is important for, I guess, those of you guys who are maybe thinking about somebody coming to help you in your reptile room. And this might sound kind of weird, but I loved the fact that you had 0 reptile experience. Honestly, I loved it because I could show you how I want things done versus how you might have learned or how you do things, which could
Yeah.
be completely different, and I wouldn't be happy with it. But because I taught you how I like stuff done, guess what? The stuff gets done how I like it. And if
Yeah.
it doesn't, well, Shane knows because I've literally handed him tubs back and been like, hey, do this one again.
Yeah. And
rarely, though, that it happens anymore. But when you first started helping us, I probably
yeah,
did
you're
that
like,
a lot.
do
like,
this one again. Do this one again. Like, okay. Yeah.
And then I'd even get down and do them with you and be like,
Yep.
no, look, this is exactly how I want it done. It has to be. That tub better look brand fucking new, besides a few scratches or something in it that might have gathered from time. Like, I want that shit to be brand spanking new looking every time.
And again, it's not that doing it a different way is wrong or anything, because like the whole hobby and the snake community and everything is learning new stuff about these animals, and things are progressing so much throughout the years.
Oh, for sure.
When I was a kid and like my dad and my brother had snakes and they were like, yeah, we had these aquariums and things are set up. And like, I look back at it and I'm like, God, we could have done better. But at the time,
Eric was just saying too, like, all they knew back then was all I knew when I first started keeping stuff was fish tanks. I remember like, a couple of my first reptiles were Russian tortoises, and I had 4 of them in a fish tank.
Ooh.
Yeah, like, because I didn't know better. I was a kid. My parents were stupid at the time. We won't get into that, but like, you know, nobody knew better. You know what I mean? So I had 4 fucking good-sized Russian tortoises in a fucking aquarium with a heat lamp and like fucking 0 humidity, basically. And,
like, there's still people that are like, oh, don't feed in the enclosure because they'll think it's always food. Like, there's people that still think like that, and like at one time, that was the common knowledge or whatever.
I'm gonna be honest though, I fucking love those people. Not because of their opinion, but because I love to change their mind on that.
Like, cool, let's talk about it. Let's
I'm like, hey, look, here's a room full of snakes that only get fed in their enclosure, and watch me pull every single one of them out. Like, you know, but I love it. But that's one thing, though, I do love is that, like, when you came here, I guess what I'm saying is for you guys out there who are thinking about, you know, letting somebody help you in your reptile facility. I'm not saying having reptile experience is bad. You know, obviously they should have like a healthy understanding and feel comfortable with the animals. But I almost think it's better if you find somebody who's not necessarily like another reptile breeder or this or that. Because like on top of that, like, because I've had a few people offer, you know, Shane's actually heard me talk about it with him about, I've had people offer to come clean and stuff for free just to learn and have the experience with that. And as flattering as that is, like, honestly, and, you know, that really, it humbles me and makes me feel good that people like respect me that much, I guess, that they'd be willing to come clean my big burn shit for free just to be able to learn from me. But like, I'll share my knowledge without that either way. Cause like, I'm no fucking master, like I've said a million times, but like, I can't risk that. Like, because you have snakes that you got from God knows who. You just picked up some new shit at the fucking expo, came back to your house, didn't quarantine, didn't treat your shit, and now you're coming over to my place to clean my collection, and now I have to worry about your mites and your respiratory infection and this and that. And fucking, there's just so much risk there that, like, I almost feel like it's better to, you know, I don't know, find yourself a Smurf that doesn't have fucking experience with, you know, or a huge collection like that.
Find yourself,
you know,
and Smurf.
And Mindy, I love you, but fuck you. Jesus. It's not that I don't like Caw. Well, I guess I don't like Caw. He's a fucking jerk, man. He just hates me. That snake hates me is more the thing. I swear to God, that snake fucking hates. I've said that very rarely about any animals, and I really hate to say it about a snake because, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm counterproductive by saying that. But, like, yeah, no. Can I get in the room if I wear a D's Balls bikini? No. I would pay you to not wear it. Yeah.
That's a good one. Thoughts on mite strips?
Are you talking about the Hot Shot Pest strips, Calvin? Is that what you're talking about? Also, guys, if you have more questions for either myself or Shane, although this is mainly supposed to be about Shane's point of view on the collection, throw them down in the comments.
Yeah, literally
Deal, I'll send you my cash app. So as far as the no pest strips, man, here's my thing. I hear all these guys talk about how horrible they are and how bad they are for the animal and their health, and they can cause long-term neurological issues. I've used them personally since I've started, my collection. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me point it out.
The speck.
Do you see that speck under the incubator right there? That's a no pest strip. Do you see the speck underneath the 4-foot cages right there underneath the green frame? That's a no pest strip. There's no pest strips under every single rack and cage in this room. I take my animals out. They're on the ground all the time. The only thing I found is I have to keep my dubia colonies, gosh dang camera, way up high over here because it will kill them off. But I've never had any neurological issues with any of the snakes, including the large snakes that I let crawl around the ground all the time. I don't put them inside the cages. I think that might be a little too confined. But with the amount of airflow I keep in the room, I open the doors up and it goes directly outside, basically, through my room and directly outside, which I love this setup. But you know what I'm saying? I have through and through airflow. There's a lot of fresh air coming in, most times of the almost all year, really, other than when it's like freezing fucking cold. Even then, there's ventilation up into the attic as well. We keep air movement in here. I haven't had any issues, and I think it's a great preventative measure. That's just my 2 cents. Some guys have say, "Oh no, don't use them. They cause neurological issues and this and that." And I don't know. That's just my experience. I replace them every 6 months. I don't do it heavily, but I think it's a great preventative thing. And then I also go through. Shane's helped me do this a few times. Twice a year, we go through separately than the pest strips. And we sprayed on the carpet, the cages, everything. Full deep clean and mite treatment of everything.
And that's normally when everything is completely rearranged again.
Yep. Because I already got to pull all the big cages out, spray everything, and treat it. Yeah. But I'm really big on preventative measures. I feel like if you buy from trusted people, quarantine the best you can. I know everybody doesn't have a separate room to quarantine. I don't have a separate room to quarantine. I have separate places I can quarantine animals. But, I'll tell you this, right here, I really don't mind is I just buy from really trusted people. I buy from people I trust with everything. You know what I mean? I really don't buy random animals from anybody anymore. It has to be a trusted person that I've talked to for a while. I know what you're treating your collection like. I know what your animals look like. I know how they're cared for. I know I can see what you're doing. And that's kind of part of my thing with the stream too, is I want to be able to show people, and just the YouTube channel in general. I want you guys to I'm an open book. I want you guys to see what we're doing, how I care for the animals, the way I treat them, the way I interact with them, the way, the projects I'm working on. You can see on camera over and over and over again that they're healthy animals and no mites and this and that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Preventative measures, I think, are extremely key to that in quarantine. And then you don't have to run into any issues. Yeah. I've only bought from trusted people, done preventative measures, and I haven't seen mites in 2 years. I mean, they happen. They happen to the best freaking keeper. You can't. If you've never had mites, well, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, one day you're going to get them, and it's going to suck. And it's a pain in the ass, especially with a big collection. But I mean, I've just done preventative measures and bought from really trusted people for the last few years, and I haven't had a single issue. Never had really any issues, at least as far as mites go or nothing like that. I've unfortunately ran into a few issues with, RI stuff. That was really before then. And then, Rampage got sick out of the blue, a little while, a couple months ago. And, for those of you that don't know, Rampage is my big, 75-pound, 13-year-old sulcata tortoise. He's a fucking G. He was diagnosed with right-sided pneumonia. Unfortunately, his heat went out for a couple days, and, I didn't really catch it. It's not a light-emitting heat source. I didn't catch it right away, and I don't know really what happened. It didn't even get too cold for him at all. Like it never got under his, regular like low temp that sulcatas can get to. I've seen guys, and I've personally had Rampage outside, down into 60-degree weather, and they can go down to like 55. Some guys say 50. I cut off at 55, absolute lowest. 60 is my safe number. He was never dropped below 60, but he just didn't have that. That's the only thing I can think of. But other than that, I don't know, maybe it was just a long-term issue that surfaced. Even the vet, told my vet when I took him in, he's like, it's one of the healthiest sulcatas I've seen, besides like, he already knew of the shell damage before I got Rampage.
Yeah.
But he's like, for being a sick tortoise, this is still one of the healthiest sulcatas I've seen, and like blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I did wrong. It still trips me out. I don't know what I did wrong. The only thing I can think of is there was like 48 hours that his fucking heat emitter went out, and like even then it never dropped below 60. He just didn't have the hot spot. So I'm like, and that's my fault, I guess. That's my fault. That's also why like I'm super anal. I go around with this
gun, everything.
This thing all the time. Sometimes I ask Shane to do it, and I'm like, hey, just go pick random drawers, random tubs, tell me the species and tell me the hot spot temp.
Yep.
That's what I want to know, that, like,
because all the thermostats and stuff are nice, and for the most part you can trust them, but don't trust everything fully.
Well, even that you've seen and you noticed, because I remember Chris. If Chris is still in here, Chris used to ask Shane all the time, "Oh, what's that thermostat? Or what's that temperature or hot spot of that animal?" And Shane would say what he sees on the thermostat. Well, your thermostat temp isn't always spot on to what your actual hot spot is, and anything can happen. Like, for instance, in the ARS rack, right? I have way over here, ARS rack here. I have this split into 2 zones. So the top 5, bottom 5. My probe is on the 3rd one down, and then respectively again for zone 2, the 3rd one down. So it's in the middle of the zone, right? But what if level 4 of zone 2 goes out? Well, level 3 has the probe.
Yep.
So how would we know level 4 zone went out? How would we know that heat strip went out unless we check our hot spots? So I'm a huge advocate. Check your hot spots, check them often, check your heat tape. I mean, multiple times a week. This isn't like, let me check it once a month. If you check it once a month, that could have been out since the last time you checked it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We check them every few days here, sometimes multiple days in a row, just to check them.
Yeah. Always expect freak things to happen.
Yeah. We've had random issues that we had to tweak,
Yeah. Like even earlier today, we were talking about how radiating temperature means the device is hotter than the radiating temperature. Like if you have the thermostat so far away, you want the ambient to be like 90 degrees. Well, that like radiation panel, is like 130 or something. Like
radiation panel.
I said radiating panel.
No, you said radiation panel. Everybody heard it.
Radiation
panel. The radiant heat panel. So what Shane's commenting on is that your radiant heat panel is going to be a lot hotter than where you're set to. And also with that said, the way I hang my probes about 4 to 6 inches below the heat panel. And then what my probe reads at is never what my actual floor hotspot is at, right? So like I'll actually, oddly enough, I set it lower than you would expect, and my hotspot reaches higher than you would expect, which is kind of weird, but it works that way. I don't know. Point is, temp gun your shit all the time. Yeah. That's really the point. Temp gun all the time, frequently.
Yeah. Always double check.
I don't know how we fucking womped into that over Calvin's no pest strip question.
I mean, but check your air quality all the time.
Either way, point is, I rant a lot, guys. I rant a lot. Holy shit, we're already like 2 hours into this.
Whoa.
Thank you guys, everybody, for jumping on and everything, man. I did not realize we were already 2 hours into this. Yeah, Eric, I've used them in brown Listerine, no mic problems. Oh, no mic problems or anything ever. Yeah, I think, preventative measures is everything.
I didn't know there was brown Listerine.
Oh, Eric. I agree. You won some points with me because I have yet to meet many people that know about the Cine Morph Burmese. I mean, I appreciate it, man. I try to know everything I can about the species I work with. I'm not saying I'm some know-it-all. I'm just like the stream says, I'm a snake nerd. I get into something and I keep researching it. I want to know everything.
Yeah.
I didn't know there's still burn morphs I'm trying to learn about. There's burn morphs, guys, like, and Eric, I'm sure there's some morphs I haven't done the history of Burmese python videos on. Dude, I am trying so hard to get that fucking series done, but I cannot get the information because it's all overseas. I need a translator. The translation is fucking horrible. And the answers I get, I don't know if it's the translators fucking up, both mechanical translators or technical, you know what I mean? Like online translators and also like person translators, people that are translating for me. I don't know if it's their fault or if the guys are actually just giving me really shit answers, but I cannot get the information. I'm trying to find out, where did dragon robe originate from? Where was the original wild animal from? What locality, what region, what elevation did you find it at? What were the temperatures like? All of this stuff, because I think it comes into play, and like, I can't get the information, and I'm trying so fucking hard to finish that series. I mean, almost, I can't even say daily anymore because a lot of my leads have gone cold, but I'm looking almost daily to try to get the answers for everybody. A lot of the information provided in the rest of the history of Burmese python videos was a huge thank you to Jackie from Cold Hearted Exotics. Not only is she an amazing breeder who's produced some of my best animals, but she's also a wealth of knowledge, and she did a lot of the research for those videos.
Nice.
And gathered that information up, and really accommodated it into one source. But even then, there's Jackie tried the same thing, and I'm really trying to even further what Jackie did, and try to get the information for the rest of those morphs, man. But I can't do it. That's actually that's another reason, like, it just leads back all really to why you helped me out with this stuff. Is like, I can't do all that stuff if it wasn't for you coming over to help me, and not only you being like fully willing to do whatever you got to do to help over here, but Amanda too. And it's definitely a team effort. That's why I thought it was important to really bring you on here, is because I want to be transparent and show that this is a team effort.
Big time.
And I'm not saying there's a lot of you guys out there who have collections the same size and, still manage it, and more props to you, but between, typical full-time work and just, like I said before, everything that goes on, I'm really thankful to have the team we've built, and Shane here is a big part of the team. He never bitches when I ask him to go clean snake piss and he's fucking soaked in burn piss, or getting shit on by little baby colubrids, or bit up by baby Burmese pythons. He's not running to fucking L&I saying he got bit by a baby burm. You know what I mean? Like this is the kind of shit, like, I mean? He's a full fucking team player. He knows what he's getting into. He knows what he's here for, and he never bitches, even when he's sitting there cleaning snake shit and I'm over here trying to do research and working on, different editing website shit, whatever, answering guys' questions, like, or this translator shit, man. That shit's it's starting to bug me, man. I want that series done so bad. Not only do I want the knowledge, but literally that knowledge is not available anywhere, let alone anywhere on YouTube. And I'm one of the only guys making like informational Burmese python videos on all of YouTube. Yeah, it's crazy. But see, Tom makes a good point. Appreciate y'all for showing much love. Yeah, of course, man. Yep, Calvin, that's why I'm glad I'm getting to know you guys. I would like to get to the point of just buying from trusted people, good people I know. Dude, that's the goal, man. And I won't say, like, obviously I didn't do that for every animal, but the last couple years I've been, and I guess really just half the time I've been breeding, because we haven't been breeding forever. But like, just the last couple of years, I've been very fortunate. I met some really good people, and I've really only purchased from those people. And I mean, solidly, almost every single animal I've purchased has came in perfectly healthy, no scale rot, no mites, no respiratory issues, no nothing. just perfectly healthy, beautiful animals that eat just fine for me and do great. And, you know, obviously there's always the concern of nido and, you know, all these other mycoplasmas and different stuff out there. But again, that just goes back to trusting the people you're buying from, making sure they comes from healthy stock, older animals, you know, like, or at least that breeder has older animals that they've had a while. Like, that's something that shows, like, to me, that you can keep those animals healthy, you know, like anybody could really raise a ball python real quickly to 2 years old and breeding size and breed it and power feed it to death in 5 years.
Yeah.
You know,
bullshit some information
Yeah.
and try to sell it to you.
yeah, or it's a
Yeah.
non-eater or whatever. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
trust people. They'll tell you. And if that animal's not eating, guess what? They're probably not going to sell it to you. I've had animals that were eating just fine, actually. And Tom and Mindy, two awesome people from Timeless Morphs over here, they actually bought them from me, you know, or got a couple snakes from me. And, you know, one of them had issues eating. And, you know, unfortunately, it's just the way it is. Like, that's why it goes to, you know, come back, ask me questions. I want to help in any way I can. Unfortunately, Tom and Mindy know how I feel about this. I'm sorry that, you know, she had issues when she showed up and everything, and that that little boy wanted to push and all that. But, like, you know, I'm here to help you. You know, you got to just, I don't know. Like I said,
Contact
ask
the
people
breeder.
who, you know, ask people who want to help, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and buy from people you trust, because that's a huge one.
Yeah.
I made that mistake too.
It's like buying things
I'm
from
gonna go-
sketchy websites
This is my
online.
problem, is I read comments and I go on rants and I'm trying to ask you questions. Ooh, D's balls and exotics. My sea serpents V18 hatchling racks will be here next weekend. Oh, fuck yeah.
Nice.
And I wanted to mention this too. Tom makes a really good point. Make sure you
Yes.
check the calibration on those guns regularly too.
Yes.
Yep. That's why you always got to have a couple laying around and test them.
Yeah. We had one time that
About the dragon.
We,
See, Eric knows what's up. It's getting hard to even find anything about the dragon robe anymore. I don't know if something happened to it or what. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, man. There's a few genes like that, you know, that have been around for a while, but I haven't seen any, like lava. We saw the albino lavas, but then what happened after that? Why haven't we seen caramel lavas and lava labs and hypo lavas and albino lava? Well, not albino lava, but you know what I mean? Like all granite lavas. Why haven't we seen these other combos of it? I don't understand it, man. Like, and that's where I'm trying to dive through all this information, man. And
yeah,
trust me. I mean, you can ask him. This isn't for lack of trying. Like,
yeah.
I mean, how many times have you been over here and I'm sitting here fucking trying to get information with the translator?
Yeah.
Like,
or like we're both
you know,
sitting here like, what does that guy mean?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Yeah. I'm like, and one of the main guys I always talk to, you know, or have tried to talk to, I guess I should say, and get information from, it kind of sucks because all he ever really tells me is, oh, uncle said this. And if you know who I'm not going to say any names, but if you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. Every time I try to ask him questions, oh, uncle said this. Uncle says this. Well, can I fucking talk to uncle? Well, uncle talk to me because I really want some answer. I'm not trying to be some like fucking interrogate you. I just want to know where this stuff originated from. What happens when nobody writes this shit down? There's no dialogue of any of this, and we get 50 years down the line, there's no lava, no dragon robe, no scaleless, none of these faders, none of the cinnies, you know, none of this stuff. And we have no recognition of where did it come from, who did it originate, who were the original people who bred it, what did they try to do to it, who they breed it to, who they sell those animals to. It doesn't have to be exact names, but like how many did they sell? Did they sell them in the country, out of the country? Did they export them? That kind of stuff. You know, where was the wild original animal caught? How old were these animals? Did it prove out genetically? Did the animal, you know, we find the animal wild caught and then it died mysteriously or because of X and X issue? That's the shit I want to know.
Yeah.
That's the shit I want to share with people. That's the shit I think everybody should know, because what happens when I'm long gone, and a lot of us are long gone, and this information isn't there?
Yeah.
And then nobody has it. We have this information for ball pythons. We have this information for a lot of the super dwarf and dwarf locality morphs and stuff like that, and carpet pythons and this and that, and pretty much a fucking every other, you know, I'm not saying there are others that are in a similar situation as far as the Bivitatis go, but as far as, you know, they do go, Man, there's a lot that's just left unknown.
Yeah.
Unknown. Nobody knows. Where was the wild animal? Whatever. Like,
Yeah.
man, I want to know.
It would be nice to have that information.
Yeah. Are you talking about the dragon robe and the different genes, Eric? Dylan, you get snakes like that when you buy quality animals. Exactly, man. Exactly.
Yeah.
And see, Tom said it. He's eating like a champ now.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what matters, man. Like I said, you already know how I feel about it. I'm glad they're eating for you and doing great. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I've seriously been trying so fucking hard. If anybody really, out there, and Eric, I really appreciate the offer, but if anybody has like information in that regards, as far as some of those morphs that aren't available in the US or that I haven't already done a video on, please reach out to me, or, just shoot a comment or something down below and I'll reach out to you or whatever. Cause I want to know exactly where it came from. And I want to see, the originals and everything and how it's progressed. I haven't seen it, man. Nowhere, not even the World of Burmese Pythons, website. They don't even have it. You know what I mean? Like,
see, you can't be the snake nerd unless you're thirsting for the knowledge.
Again, I'm a nerd, man.
It would just be the snake lounge, and that's been done before.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a nerd, man. What can I say? Yeah. So with that said, if you, Shane, could own any reptile on the planet, what would it be and why?
Any reptile.
I love this question. Any reptile. Money's not a factor. Enclosure, none of that's a factor. If you knew that this animal would be fed and taken care of properly by you for its entire life without any concern, you know what I mean, or like worry, what reptile would you have out of any fucking reptile on the planet?
Oh, God damn. That's a hard one.
That's why it's such a good question.
Yeah.
And why? You got to tell me why it would be that one. Yeah.
God.
Should I throw on the Jeopardy theme song? I'm joking. Eric, I noticed that, man. They just disappeared and like they're not posting anymore, even on the YouTube channels that they had. They also had a few like IGs that were kind of like underground, nothing to do with Waterview or Allen Way, like no reference of it at all. I'm still following a couple of them. But it's weird, man. Like it just all seemed to just disappear. I don't know what the hell happened, but like I can't find any info. And when I talk to those guys, well, you already heard my reference, but that's the only answers I get half the time. I've got a few useful, answers, but nothing conclusive or definitive or, for sure answers and stuff. Like it sucks. What are you thinking? Pardon the train, guys.
I really don't know. Probably. What's that? The tortoise. With like the super fucking arched shell. The fucking. I can't think of the name of them.
Is it one of the largest?
No, it's like one of the oldest. I can like picture the goddamn.
What color is the shell?
Oh, it's kind of like grayish, greenish, I guess. It's kind of like they're. God, I could picture them.
Super long necks?
Yeah, the long neck motherfuckers.
Galapagos or Aldabras?
The Aldabras.
Yep.
Because Aldabras just look cool. Also, I would love to like.
Arguably, also the largest tortoise on the planet.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's just like
there's a huge argument. Is it Aldabra or is it Galapagos?
Okay. Yeah, like the whole thing that I feel about like a tortoise like that, because one, they'll outlive me. Yep. But like, I guess it's more kind of like a fairy tale kind of viewing of it, of being like, this animal can live for so long and it's so damn knowledgeable about stuff. Because like having an animal that like it may not be able to like retain all those like memories and thoughts and everything, but just be like, this guy's like seen some shit.
Yeah.
Like, if he could talk, I could ask him how like the 50s were, or like how was it like 80 years ago? Like, tell me about like just that'd be like the same.
You ever
reason
wonder
like,
if the tortoise, like, if he could talk, right? And you're like, man, how's the 70s?
He's like, whoa,
man, they fed me lots of good leaves.
It's like the same reason as like why I would want to get like either a snow or a barn owl. Because one, they look awesome, but two, like just that whole thing, like
really good point, Eric.
Super knowledgeable, like they're seen as super knowledgeable.
Yeah,
so it'd be just cool to be like, this.
That's hilarious. That's one of my dream tortoises, actually.
Yeah,
that's
like,
one I want. They're expensive though, man.
Oh
like,
yeah,
little hatchlings, about 10,000. If you want an Aldabra with any sort of size to it, you're talking 30 to 60K.
And like even if you had one that like was just stupid.
Yeah.
Like that just did like weird shit, like just stood in a corner and banged its head on the wall or something. You'd be like, that's a smart animal right there.
You're talking about Rampage? Calvin, I love the Aldabras. See, man, Aldabras are freaking awesome. And the shell is more black, by the way. But it's kind of grayish.
Yeah.
I think because what you're talking about is because some of the Aldabra footage I did show you is from this gentleman down in Florida, and a lot of his Aldabras have like, dirt on their back with dust, which makes them look more of that grayish color. Yeah, the Aldabras are super cool looking. Also, like, it'd be an Aldabra. Yeah, it'd probably be an Aldabra. Yeah, or like totally just shoot for like what I would want as a kid. And just go like full like Komodo dragon or something, and just be like, yeah my 10-year-old self would fucking love this. Komodo dragon would be badass, though. Like, I think that's a dream for a lot of people. Yeah. Dude, I don't think I've shown you these, or maybe you do know about them, but the Borneo earless monitors. I don't think so. Oh, speaking of weird animals that you've told me about. I would also, just to like constantly have like that animal to be like, no, that's actually wrong. It's this, is like one of those legless lizards. Just so I can like show it to somebody like, I got this weird legless lizard, and they'd be like, that's a snake. No, it's not. No, it's not. Just to, those things are so weird looking. Yeah, man. They're kind of funny. Yeah, they almost look derpy to me. Like just a little bit. Yeah. Just a little bit derpy. They're a lizard that evolution did not treat kindly. Yeah. But those things look kind of cool. I can dig it. Those are good answers. Yeah. Those are good answers. All right. I can get down with it. Honestly, I would probably say the legless lizard is like in second place there. Yeah. Because the novelty of having just a obscure weird animal. Is that really that late already? Yeah, apparently we've been streaming for almost 2.5 hours. Wow. All right. I don't believe that. Yeah. Well, a lot of you guys know, usually I turn the lights back on for a little bit. We'll even let it ride out here. This lighting's not horrible. But we will probably wrap it up fairly shortly, just because we don't like to bug the animals' light cycles around here as much as we can prevent it. Calvin, those look gnarly. Yeah, they do, man. These things are weird. I don't know. I think they're cool as shit, though. It's kind of like the oh god, oh my god, it's on the tip of my tongue. Kenyan sand boas, Jesus, fucking one of the easiest species. But they remind me of legless lizards only in the sense that they're fucking derpy as shit. Like, I like weird animals that you look at them and you're like, why? Like fucking the quail. You look at him, you're like, what? You can't exist in the wild. Like no. Waffles.
Yeah, like Waffles, my Brazilian short-tailed possum. You look at it and you're like, you're fucking weird. Like fucking hog nose little things. You're like, you're fucking derpy looking.
Yeah.
But, like, I love these things.
Yeah. Oh
I
man.
like weird animals.
Found 2 legless lizards when I was a kid, and ever since then, never seen one again. Oh damn.
Oh.
I've never got a chance, honestly, to hold them in person. I've just seen like a lot of photos and videos and stuff with them. I just think they look derpy. I don't know.
Around where did you
My
find them?
uncle found them, to be fair.
Derpity, derp, derp, derpity, derp.
See, he knows what's up. Hey guys, do me a favor though. If you guys have any questions for Shane or myself, throw them down in the comments below real quick. I'm actually going to run over to this ARS rack, pair a couple snakes real quick. If you want to keep these guys
Yeah,
up.
like literally any question. It can be about like, I don't know. I'll try to bullshit some answers for like quantum physics or something if that's what you want to talk about. I do my own podcast that I've been working on. It's called Local Listens. It's music based. So that's another thing. It's on YouTube.
That's
it's
funny.
on other stuff.
That was literally my very last wrap up question for you.
What is your personal favorite reptile in the room? We kind of talked about that earlier. Like favorite reptile in the room, like out of everybody, I would probably say Luda, because Luda is just fucking awesome. But for like the species and everything, I would totally say Gizmo.
All right. So, I was gonna say it changed already.
Yeah, so like Gizmo is like my favorite snake in here because he's got like fucking awesome personality. But Luda is just fucking weird and he's again derpy. How many dabs does it take to get the center of a Tootsie Pop? Okay, so that matters. Like smoking dabs or like the weird dance that like kids do? Because smoking dabs, you gotta ask Dylan that question. I don't partake, but I have a weird roommate that does weird dances every once in a while, and I could totally ask Eugene how many dabs it takes.
Oh my god.
Smoking dabs. So by how much I know Dylan and how many
this is gonna be golden.
And how many dabs he can take, if I brought a Tootsie Pop over here, I'm assuming he could probably have it done between like 3 or 4 dabs.
Jeez, you're giving me way too much credit. All right, let's be real.
That's if you space them out, you know. Like,
yeah, but since when have you known me to space out my fucking dabs? If I'm dabbing, I'm fucking dabbing.
All I gotta do is like get you talking about like, all right, here's your dab pin. Here's like a Tootsie Pop. Can you tell me about this weird morph that I saw?
Yeah, okay.
And then it'd be like, all right, give me a second. Hit. Oh yeah, give me that sucker. Okay, now let me talk about this for a little bit.
All right, fair enough.
Tom says a 1, a 2.
Let's be real though. I think like if that were really a thing, okay, it would be probably 4 or 5 dabs, because after 4 or 5 dabs, you'd be like, fuck this Tootsie Pop, who fucking cares? I'm ordering some pizza. Or for me, let's be real, because I have a fat kid obsession with Oreos, I'd be like, well, where's the whole milk and Oreos, bro?
Dylan Smith says, oh come on, you can do more, Dylan. Yeah, Dylan can do more than that. It's just 4 or 5 is when he orders the pizza.
I mean, he's not lying. It's just because I like pizza, though.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did need to get a couple of those guys paired. Oh shit, I forgot one pair.
Eric says he's lying. He'd forget he was eating the Tootsie Pop. That's also probably true.
I should smack you.
You know, you'd set it down and be like, oh, right, yeah, what's going on?
all right, you're probably right, and it's not that I would actually forget about it. It's that I wouldn't care, and I'd be like, well, this other thing's way cooler and more important and needs to get done.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Again, I've been out on the lake with this dude just like doing dabs and fishing and everything and never losing count and never losing a step. So,
yeah, I was going to say, weed doesn't affect me like that, guys.
yeah, he can handle it pretty damn good. Definitely need those munchies. Yeah. Invest in the Oreos.
Fuck yeah.
Who do you think would win in a dab off?
By the way, shout out to Jerome from No Limit Royals. Motherfucker always sends me the most badass Oreo recipes. Fucking love Jerome.
Wait, where was that? Calvin said, who do you think would win in a dab off, MJ or D? I'm gonna have to say Dylan on that one because I'd get fired.
That's bullshit. Okay, let me make something clear. MJ came to Washington. I tried to hang out. I said, let's do this. You keep wanting the smoke off. Everybody wants to see the smoke off. Let's do it. You're in my hometown, basically. I'll fucking drive the 45 minutes to you. I'll scoop you up. You're welcome at my home. Let's dab. I get it. He had family stuff to do, but guess who didn't dab, bro? I was fucking ready. Guess who didn't dab?
Eric says Snoop Dogg comes in for the win.
I think I'd still outsmoke Snoop. He's too old now.
Yeah, like
I openly
challenge.
challenge everybody who really wants to try to outsmoke me. But I can promise you two things. You won't outsmoke me, and it'll be a waste of weed. Because if you're a real fucking smoker out there, you gonna get like 10, 15 dabs in at most, or, like a couple fucking 1/8 to 1/4 ounce blunts, and you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm pretty fucking good, man. You want to like grab a drink or go on a walk, because it's a fucking waste. Like, especially if you're smoking that good shit like I do. I'm kind of a weed snob. Let's be real. Like, if it's that fucking boo-boo, get it out of here. It better be fucking top shelf, stanky, and fucking well grown.
Game of Morph's common. You'd be higher than Snoop Dogg at a Willie Nelson concert.
Mm-hmm.
I've been backstage at Willie Nelson concerts, and I've been backstage at Snoop Dogg concerts. But the backstage at Willie Nelson, at, like fucking Marymore, was hilarious to watch him like hobble out, take a joint, take a couple puffs, look up at all the stage hands, hand the joint off, wave, turn around, go back on the bus. Or the next stop.
That's a total Willie thing.
Yeah, he's just like, I ain't dealing with this right now. Or the next stop was like Vancouver, Canada, so he couldn't bring a bunch of shit across like the lines and everything. So he's just like handing out bags of fucking weed to people.
Yep.
He's like, all right, Willie, I see what you smoke.
Yep. Plus, I would argue that the backstage is higher than the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be real. We work in the industry. Like, besides Shane and a few others.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson, the only person to outsmoke Snoop. Yeah, Calvin, you're right.
Yeah.
Besides me, I'll hang out with Willie. Me and Willie could get down for sure. He might even bring up some of those fun guys. That thing that killed John Wayne. Oh, shit. Yeah, for real, though. I mean, like I said, that's all I'm going to say, bro. That was Calvin who asked that, right?
Yeah.
Whether it be me or... Yeah, so... Yeah, all I'm saying is, man, I was ready to blaze. I get it. He's busy. He's got family stuff. He was up here visiting family or whatnot. That's his personal thing.
That's no excuse.
All I'm saying is... He wanted to smoke off. I was ready to smoke off. He couldn't smoke off. We're going to have to make it happen again sometime. But me and him have even talked. Like, we know nobody's going to fucking win that battle. Both of us are stubborn. That's 100%. I love you, MJ. Don't take this in the wrong way if you're out there, bro. But, like, bro, both of us are stubborn men. Like, we both want it the way we want it.
Yeah.
And also with that said, neither one of us are going to want to lose. So even if we didn't want to smoke, we're going to smoke.
Yeah.
And then we both know it's a waste of fucking weed because we're going to get a few in and be like, bro, pretty good. You good? You want to go out to get something to eat? You want to fucking, doesn't even have to be munchies. Like you want to go hang out with some fucking snakes? Like just kind of, what are we going to do? I'll blaze all night for that matter. Fucking throw on some tunes and barbecue, some shit, whatever. But like, come on, you know.
So Game of Morphs, what movie should I watch? What do you have for movies? Like, do you use like streaming services? Do you partake in the illegal downloading? Like, what do you use? Do you only have Netflix?
Charlene and I
do you
can't find
only
shit.
have like Disney Plus? Are you not a fan of either? Do you mooch your accounts at Amazon and Netflix? Okay. Well, then what kind of movies do you like? Do you like weird, cheesy movies? Do you like nerdy little movies? Do you like horror movies? Give me something to work off of.
I love how Shane just broke this down because if you ask me, I'd just name some movies that I like and be like, I don't fucking know anything else.
And I could always find something on the dark side. Okay, dark side, like horror movies or like thriller movies? Willy's Woman.
All right. I'll check it out, Mindy.
All right, you want to watch funny stuff? All right, so I'm gonna go just for like a straight up like funny movie. I always go to two, I guess, that I always go to. Fucking Yes Man or School of Rock. Pick one.
Those are good ones. I like Gulliver's Travels.
Gulliver's Travels is good.
It's a good one.
Man, one movie I've been wanting.
Hey, Josh, have you seen Super High Me? Have you seen Super High Me?
No.
Oh my fucking god, I love that movie. It's hilarious. Do you remember Super Size Me?
Yeah. You've never seen Yes Man? Oh, watch Yes Man.
Tom was just typing that.
It's a Jim Carrey, and he's in like, I don't want to give out too much, but he basically like gets into this cult where he has to say yes to every question. It's fucking good.
Dude, you've never seen... Okay, so do you guys remember the movie Super Size Me where the guy went out and ate McDonald's for 30 days? Everybody remember that movie? He was like, all McDonald's for 30 days straight, right?
Yeah, you wanted to prove how bad it was for you?
Yeah.
Like that? Yeah.
Well, Doug Benson, who, by the way, is a local Seattle pop comic or stoner comic, fucking hilarious. Awesome dude, right? But he said, if somebody can go out and eat McDonald's for 30 days and make a movie about it, I'm going to go out and smoke pot for 30 days and make a movie about it. And it was just a joke at first, like in, his stand-up comedy. It was just a joke. Well, then it turned into a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
So what they did is he wasn't allowed to smoke for 30 days. And they did all these tests, both like mental and like psychic and sperm count and like oxygen levels and medical exams and all of these different like tests, right? And they did this for 30 days while he couldn't smoke pot. And then he smoked pot for 30 days straight, and they did all the tests again.
Huh.
So
that's interesting.
One, it's fucking hilarious because he has a lot of good comedy throughout that movie. Also, you guys will notice that's where a couple of my jokes you guys have heard come from because Doug Benson, oh my God, Doug Benson is a fucking great comedian. He's fucking hilarious. And that movie is epic, dude. That movie's hilarious.
I'll look that one up.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious, Josh. That's a good one. Yeah. Yes, those are good recommendations. All right, so wrap-up questions I have for you. You already answered one of my last ones, but I kind of want to dive a little bit deeper into that.
Okay.
And we also kind of mentioned it earlier, but outside of, us working in the staging and entertainment industry together and, you doing the snakes with me and, obviously us being just good friends in general outside of all that, but you're huge into music. You have your own band, you guys are doing some big stuff. Do you want to shout that out and kind of say, what you guys are about and like, I guess, how that's going for you and where you guys are wanting to take that.
All right. Yeah. I'm in a, how do I describe it? It's a, if Woody Guthrie was an angry guy in his 20s, it falls under like folk punk music.
I was gonna say that's always the vibe I get from it.
It's acoustic kind of folk music that's heavily punk inspired. It's my wife and I, actually. It's all acoustic. We strive ourselves on being like a busking band. So everything we do and everything we write, we try to keep it as something that we can do on like the side of the road if we wanted to do that. So like the samples and stuff we use on our album, I also have on a little tape machine so I can hit play and stuff while we're busking, and that's always fun. We put out our first official full-length album at the beginning of the year, and actually that's done all right. We're finally on Spotify and iTunes, and supposedly we're on Pandora, but I haven't been able to find us.
I found you.
On Pandora?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So we're on Pandora.
I created the Sanatorium Hill channel.
Nice. But yeah, we are Sanatorium Hill. It's named after a tuberculosis clinic that was back in Madison that did a lot of sketchy, really stupid treatments. And I wanted people to know more about it. So I changed the name. Well, used the name. We write about like some political stuff. We write about living in the woods, traveling. We have a couple songs that are just "fuck you" to the circus. But yeah, it's a folk punk group. Find us on Facebook, YouTube. We have our whole album on Bandcamp, which is a website you can get the whole album for free. Because we're not in it for the money. We're just in it to like play some shows and have a good time, which COVID took away from us.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you have been doing those online.
And it's actually really fun.
I heard you briefly mention it earlier, but you have your own podcast and stream that you've been doing.
Yeah. Tomorrow upload is episode 11. So we've been doing it for a little over like 3 months now. It goes up every Sunday. And we talk to, well, so far it's been like mostly musicians we know. But they're based around like 45-minute interviews of musicians all across the country about like their local scenes, what instruments they play, like what other hobbies and stuff they have. It's just based around music and telling weird stories. The episode that goes up tomorrow is with Mark Passion of Robert's Roost and Robert's Roost Media, which is more like ragtime swing, and it's phenomenal. Like, it's really good music. And half of the episode, we're talking about the science of black holes and like light theory and stuff. So like we get into some really weird conversations. But yeah, that is Local Listens on Facebook, YouTube, Pocket Casts, and there's one other one. Oh, we're all on Spotify on that one too.
Damn. Getting it, dude.
Try to branch out as much as we can.
Grinding. That's what it's all about, man. So definitely go check that out, guys. Shane knows I'm a big supporter of all the stuff he does. So definitely go check that out. I will have to add some of the links in the description down below so you guys can find Shane's info. But man, thanks for jumping on tonight. I just think it was good to be transparent. Now that we officially started the Snake Nerd Lounge streams, getting you back on here for a live stream to, really introduce yourself out there to people and let them know, like, you do come over here and help us. You do all the quail stuff at home and, big help over here, and just a big, huge family, friend in general, so I think it's important. Guys, if you have any last-minute questions, I am going to wrap this stream up just so we can get the last bit of stuff done before all of the lights go off in here.
Yeah.
But throw them out there. I'll give you guys, just a few minutes before I do wrap all of this up. So I see Mindy and Tom are going back and forth. I hope you let the dog out. Yeah, Josh, go check out those movies. Let me know if you do watch Super High Me, man. That shit's fucking hilarious. And if you haven't seen Gulliver's Travels, you got to see that shit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Felt that you made us wait 2 weeks for a stream. Hey, man, I am sorry. I did post up last week. The guest canceled at the last minute. I have a lot of people planned. Unfortunately, a lot of them are still like up in the air as far as exact date. We do have some heavy hitters coming on. We will also have another live in-person episode next week, so stay tuned for that one. Another close local buddy who has been on once before, but we're going to do another in-person interview where we can get a little more in-depth, nerdy on the snakes and stuff, and just kind of nerd out and, again, get another separate opinion of our collection from somebody else who's another local trusted person to me. So poor dog is stuck watching them fight. What's up, Lance? Jumping on right at the end, man. Appreciate you. Fortunately, we're wrapping up the stream, but how much you paying me to not wear the bikini? Well, first you would have to be in Washington and then at my door somehow, and then I would probably have to be like, bro, no.
Everything I currently have in my wallet.
Yeah.
That's absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I typically use my card.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Get it, Calvin. Hell yeah, man. Thanks for jumping on. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to be transparent, bring Shane on here for a full episode and everything. And, really just let everybody get to know you and who's over here and, a different point of view. Because I see this stuff all the time. I think about it a certain way.
Yeah.
Your point of view is actually a lot different than I thought it would be, too. And we work together all the fucking time. So,
Yeah.
Definitely different. But yeah, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Penelope's cruising back there.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all good. Been lurking. I appreciate you, Lance.
Right on. Also, drop
Already
a like on the video. I don't know if Dylan's actually said it yet, but drop a like, show support, share it if you can. Subscribe if you haven't, and all that other YouTube stuff that YouTubers normally say.
I love how perfect. Now, I'm just going to fucking end it on that because that was golden. Also, since Shane almost had it down, but forgot, make sure if you do hit the subscribe button, you hit the bell next to it so you get notified when we upload more content. Also, Shane didn't give you the option, but I don't care if you hit the thumbs down button too. It lets me know how you guys like this content and helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you guys haven't already, go check out our website at www.thesnakenerd.com. You'll find all of our available snakes, links to all of our other social media accounts, merch, both for D's Balls and Exotics, and the Snake Nerd Lounge, and anything else you guys might want to see of our content. Obviously, it'll also take you back to YouTube, but you're already here, so if you want to, go check out our other videos. We have a ton of different videos out there about all different sorts of stuff, both educational, fun, and everything fucking in between. So check them out, drop a comment on those videos, and let me know what you guys think. And until next week, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.